Oh, is that the right button?
I started mine already. Okay.
Welcome, everybody, to Game or Lame, the podcast where we pick a game and decide whether or not it's lame.
Yeah.
Today with us is Random Game Reviews. How are you doing? How did you enjoy this game?
Oh, jump right into it. Hi, I'm here. I'm good. My feelings about this game are mixed, and I mostly finished it because you yelled at me.
I did. I yelled at everyone, and now I'm ashamed because this game has disappointed me in oh so many ways.
Yeah.
You know,
Hmm.
it
Yeah.
is quite a tragedy.
I was mixed on trying this, and as usual, I'm right. But it's,
What do you mean you
it's
were
an
right?
interesting game to talk
Scrambling
about.
around.
Like, you wanted to review Mario, which nobody in your fan base cares about. And we had a
What?
poll on it, and they decided that they wanted to review this.
That is true.
Because it's like Half-Life.
Yeah.
I don't think
And
there's
it
enough
is.
Mario content out there, though. Like, I think it's a pretty undercovered franchise.
Well,
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
the
we
point
gotta
is,
we gotta step it up. Be the ones to tell the universe that Mario is fun. You know.
Yeah. Well, Purple makes very specific videos, you know, and only they will get clicked upon. So yeah, look how bad the start of this game is, where it's just laggy, and then I had to go into settings, and then it became less laggy. Hell yeah. This game looks okay, but it runs very poorly at first.
It does. That's probably one of the things. It's got a lot of like stuttering going on and stuff. And my computer can run like Half-Life Alyx, so I don't know.
A mark of great quality.
Yeah.
Well, I love that you did the thing I did right away, which is like they want to show you that you can pick up everything in your apartment for no
Yeah.
reason.
Yeah,
And so I threw everything around and remarked it just how, I mean, lazy, it kind of feels how lazy these physics are.
And then they're not used for almost anything in the entire game. Hell yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
like, so as a dev, how long do you think it takes to like make it like these objects interactable?
Okay, well, the thing is that this game looks like there's no effort in this. Like, the very basic things that you expect to work don't work. So I'm assuming they just took an engine and it had these features.
Oh, okay.
So,
So they're just working with something that's pre-built. They're in what do you know what they built this from?
yeah,
I think it's in Unreal, I want to say.
there we go. Yeah, Unreal definitely has the physics engine that does like most of the stuff already. So yeah, it's freaking crazy that they got this far. Can you believe that when you die, like the game doesn't stop and the screen just goes slightly red, and then the enemies just keep attacking the air where you were, and like it just goes at full speed. So you hardly even notice that you're dead, except for, I mean,
I wouldn't know because I didn't die a single time while playing. Ha!
Wow.
I'm the true epicest of gamers.
Is that real? Wow, you are so lucky then.
I don't know.
I stopped dying once I realized how to actually play the game, which is about an hour and a half, 2 hours into my playtime.
Yeah, what happened there?
Here I want to touch. I'm going to get into that, but so if I'm not mistaken, this game is set in in Berlin the night that the wall comes down, right? And that's the impetus for this story.
Oh, is it? I don't know. There's
You
crazy.
You didn't watch the news? No,
not really. I was listening to the phone conversation because and then you go into the a wacky science lab. It's kind of like the game Control, which is pretty good. But yeah, you go into this retro science lab place, and there's crazy stuff going on, and you're not really told why or what the big project is or whatever, which I thought would be a mystery they reveal later, but they kind of don't. So
no, you just kind of poop out the other end of a portal, and
this
was a purple pooping project. That's what it was.
Well, no, but don't they reveal that it's the AI in the end?
Is that what they revealed?
Vaguely, maybe.
Very vaguely, indeed.
I guess they do say it's something alive. We're gonna spoil this game, by the way.
Yeah.
Also, it's called Industria. I don't know if we made that clear.
Yeah.
The game is Industria. It's a Half-Life inspired shooter game. Yeah,
It's a very small indie game that has really good looking screenshots, and then like everything else is just bad about it. So like, and it didn't make a crazy amount of sales, but it did make like a lot more than Ballfrog. So I'm very annoyed that this terrible game is.
Oh, so you're motivated by sheer jealousy, and that's the only reason.
This is a vengeance podcast.
Yeah.
This is a full-on hit job.
Yeah.
Can you believe that they start off the game with having you solve puzzles, and then in the end it's just combat and nothing else? I guess that is pretty much like Half-Life does it, right? But
there's mostly the one puzzle in the game. Half-Life at least has like a few kind of sprinkled throughout and stuff, especially once you get to the episodes and stuff.
I was annoyed about the historical inconsistency here because this is the early 90s and they have wireless mice and keyboards, which, if I recall, was not a thing yet. So
it might be like a fake past thing where they have some of the current tech or something. I don't know.
Yeah, and then you go and like put in a fucking punch card.
Yeah. I'm just looking. Well, I think they were literally just too lazy to have a cable attached to the mouse, or they did not have the physics for it. So
most games don't really bother doing that stuff anyway. So I don't know.
That's the kind of thing I look for in my reviews.
Yeah.
I mean, this game is like it's trying to be pretty realistic, and like if you can pick up pens, then you would kind of think that they would try to do cables. And like if you look at the big like recording thing is there, it's crazy that they're next to personal computers, like what's up with that? Maybe,
well, we're on the Soviet side of the wall here, right? That's the idea.
I guess, yeah. Because there's the secret police, so I guess that must be the Soviets.
You can just pick up an entire pram. I love it.
Yeah. So another part of my theory is that everything is just really lazy, and like that's why they have these mashing styles of technology, and like with the robots as well. They have like 2 humanoid robots, and they have like 3 that are really clunky. Like why would the AI have done that? It's.
I don't know. I think it's just like I think a lot of it must have been it's a small team. I don't know if they had like any sort of deadline that they had to meet or anything, but it's sort of at a certain point when you've been working on something for years, you kind of just have to get it done eventually. So I don't know.
Yeah, no, but I'm just saying, like they probably. I don't know. I might be out of my depth here, but it looks like they just found random models of robots and put them in the game. Like, why the fuck does one of the robots look like a mannequin, and then the other robot looks like it's made of wires and has like one glowing light?
Yeah, they have a couple of different styles. Like, there's that like Boston Dynamics looking robot.
the dog robot, which shows up for like literally only one section.
Yeah, I think there's 6 in the whole game.
Yeah, and they all like come running at you all at the same time. That's the most I swore at my TV the entire time.
When I got there, I tried to. I assume that they work like the Hound Eyes or something, maybe a little bit in Half-Life, but like I didn't. None of them ever got to me to attack me, so I don't know.
Wow.
Hey Florian, should you skip ahead in the footage to where you figured out the passcode for the door?
Well, actually, let's do that one. Let's see how long it takes me, but then I'll skip forward to combat so we can enjoy how terrible that is.
Footage to this epic set piece they have where you go into the big computer room and it's all crazy. Look at that. That's epic. Oh yeah, right? It's just like a Source Engine game where they use the big spectacle thing.
Actually,
I'm living in the past on Florian's stream here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we are in some kind of computer room. Let's see. And then I love how they have this asset here where it's like research stuff, and there's stuff inside these rooms with windows in them that looks like they're washing machines, and then they lazily just plop that back at the ending of the game where it makes no sense. Remember that?
I do. How could I forget?
The ending of this game like blows my mind on so many levels. It is so lazy and so bad, and yet it goes on forever.
Yeah, I have a lot of. Let's cap off with that because I have a lot of really. That's probably the thing I have the most strong feelings about.
Yeah, we should go through some of the other stuff.
Yeah,
like in the intro, there's like the bit after the whole computer thing goes bad. there's like it puts you in a black and white room.
Yeah.
The black and white library place.
Oh, that's the
And
worst.
you watch
too.
a little
Oh,
like stage play in a weird
Well,
room
and it's
for a
just like
minute.
full on, like that's like art house shit, and that's like
Yeah,
one of
it's-
those things where it's there to be provocative and no other reason.
yeah, and then they did it 5 times for no goddamn reason. It's not.
Well,
it's not
a different
different.
play for each time. It's a different
Yeah.
like little thing on the stage, but it's and I
And
think
I
it
guess-
is tied to the story a little bit.
I think
the
I
thing
think
is-
super vaguely, but
Yeah,
The thing is that I watched that play for a little bit, and then I didn't know what to do. I didn't know that there was a door right next to it because this game is
Yeah.
really dark.
and it's like pitch black in that
Yeah.
spot. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I just skipped all the plays in the future, but also they looked really boring.
yeah.
And
We'll
then
talk about it more when we get to it, I guess. But like, if you're looking like when I was watching the stage play, my immediate thought was like, okay, this is like where they're attempting to put in some symbolism. And so the first one, it's just like the body's lower in, and so it's like clearly just like the guy who goes in first and your main character who follows.
Yeah.
So it's like a visual representation of that, but that doesn't say anything.
Yeah, it's just like a weird stylish recap of what just happened. It doesn't
Yeah.
actually like
Yeah.
there's no like greater theme with it really. It just feels shoved in. I don't know.
And I'm
I
not
mean-
going to try to nitpick like too much stupid shit, but like the premise of this game is that you're in a relationship with this scientist who apparently like the relationship can't be that strong because he's got all this secret shit going on at this facility that you have no idea about. He runs to the lab, disappears through some sort of wormhole, and you follow in after him. And despite all of that, my biggest gripe is that this is a German dude named Walter Rebel.
Yeah, I don't know what
I don't
Walter
know, that's
Rebel
the issue.
is supposed to indicate.
That is
I
the
guess he's
most
rebelling
outrageous
against the
character.
authorities.
That
a
is
bit.
the most outrageous fucking Dickensian name. It's just completely out of place.
Well, he may have come from an English family. You know, who knows?
It's supposed to, yeah.
They do.
Where their
None
last
of them
name
have
is their
German
job.
accents, so I don't know. They're not speaking German either, but that's video game.
It would be
Yes.
fitting though, because in Britain, your last name was generally your profession. So if his vocation was
Yeah.
rebel, then at least that tracks.
Yeah.
But do rebels live long enough to name their children Rebel?
That's a good. Yeah,
That's true.
They fuck early and often. They do not have a long shelf life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, I'm looking at the scene where you travel into time, and
I
really love
assumed it was a
when they-
new like sub-dimension of Berlin or something, but I think it's just forward in time. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, well, it's that, and then also I guess your husband becomes like the AI overlord.
Yeah.
So but wait, so are you in Berlin? Because I guess it seems pretty
I don't know.
desolate
Well,
afterwards.
yeah,
right?
there's like nothing going on, despite
Yeah.
the fact that they said the wall was coming down, and that was they had to go to the research facility and do what they're going to do before authorities from like the Western powers got there and started
Oh.
fucking around with stuff. I
Okay.
think that was like the pretense for like why everything had to kick off so fast. But could
That
you
makes
imagine a night
sense.
like that and you just walk out of your apartment and the street is empty?
It's really. I think that animating characters doing things takes a whole bunch of resources, and if they're just there for one scene, it's like, why? But also like that whole bit, like you look behind your apartment and it's just like a void back there. There's like barely
Yeah.
anything there. It is really
Well,
odd.
Well, the thing is that they have all these ambitions, but the actual effort that they put in is literally zero. So there's like one other character model of a human that you see throughout the entire game, and it's right at the end, and it's just laying there. It's like vegetative state. So there's no dialogue except
Isn't-
for on your walkie-talkie.
Isn't there
so-
like? Don't you see the walkie-talkie guy for a minute at the start?
Yeah,
But
he
then
shoots a couple of robots.
Yeah, but later when he talks to you over the radio, he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm in a wheelchair. I can't move.
Yeah.
Leave." But you saw him
Oh,
walking around shooting robots at the start. So.
Yeah, I actually want to see that. Let's skip forward to that part where
I didn't
the
record
Right
scene-
now
that
we're
bit,
in the
I don't
art
think.
the art house office. Let's watch the stupid stage play while we're streaming here and then jump
Oh.
ahead.
Well,
I had it play back when
Uh-oh.
when
I
we were
already
talking
skipped,
about
yeah.
it. So
there's
Ooh.
a skate play.
Oh
Let's
man,
see.
things are going really good over on PurpleColonel stream.
yeah, I'm busting,
Yeah, and then
busting
I'm
boxes
skipping
and stuff.
randomly.
Yeah. It's
okay,
it's-
there.
it's very
Well,
we're in
Half-Life
the
2 with the
theater.
boxes where they have like the designated supply crates that give
Yeah.
you things, and they're painted and stuff, so you know.
Yeah. So I'll talk about that now. So I didn't for whatever reason, like Half-Life isn't like one of the games that I like really played a lot when it came out.
Yeah.
So I might not have known that. I played this whole game not knowing there were boxes that you could bust open for supplies. And so they give you guns and stuff, but I never had bullets. Like I had no
Yeah.
bullets the whole time. And so like I'm like, this game is like really hard, and this is like probably the most intense survival game I've played in a while, because I had to like every time I saw a robot, I'm like, okay, like I have to risk losing health and just hit it with my axe. And I was scraping by, and I get stuck
it's
in this
so bad.
section. I get
Like,
stuck and I just can't get past. And then I accidentally break a box. And then the game became immediately very easy. And I felt
Yes.
like I had infinite bullets suddenly.
I see. This is another great example of how this game is just the worst, because, like, this game would not teach you about boxes, because there's like one single thing that you can hit with your axe that actually breaks. The other things, chairs, like other fragile glass things, they don't bother breaking.
Yeah,
but then
that's weird.
So if you make this game and this is your choices, then don't do that. That is so stupid. Like, you don't tutorialize the boxes; they are just there.
It's
Yeah.
sort of
The other things don't break.
relying pretty heavily on you, like having played Half-Life 2 and Resident Evil and all these other games.
Yeah, that's sort of the thing. And it would have been really easy to have Brent, the wheelchair guy, say like, hey, there's a box with a gun in it. Break it open and get the gun. And I'd be like, oh, okay, these boxes open.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right now we're at the part where we you were forced to do chemistry.
Oh yeah, that's like, yeah, there's like one puzzle in the game and it's right there. And for the rest of my game, in my inventory, I had like all of the chemistry ingredients, including the ones that you didn't need there. And I was wondering, like, hey, is this mechanic going to come back?
Yeah, I know.
It did not.
This
And so
entire mechanic, and it doesn't come back. It's so insane. Like,
no, I love what Florian's doing here, because he was like throwing bottles at the wheel, the rusty wheel, and then he picked up an oil can and said, maybe I can grease it with this.
Yeah,
which I really respect the thought process.
I think that's actually a Bunsen burner. So
is it?
that wouldn't have worked. They would have just burned it. Yeah, see, those are the things that are heating it up there. So yeah, it's but then like out of all the ingredients, I think you just have to pick two specific ones, and then that's what makes it.
It's the ones that are just like labeled on the machine that you use.
Yeah, well, and
chemistry thing.
I got tripped up because there's certain ingredients in the room where you have to do the puzzle, and the sulfuric acid isn't one of it. So I thought, okay, I have to make the sulfuric acid out of other stuff.
Yeah.
I spent 20 minutes doing that before I realized, like, you just walk to a vending machine in a different room, which is like the worst. Like, labs can't operate this way. You can't just have your sulfuric acid vending machine in your records room.
No.
Bruner in my chat just pointed out
that
there's the balls that are all over the game, right? Because that's yeah, they look identical to the Hunter Chopper bombs that like just it's just like one random boss in Half-Life 2, and they all just look like that.
Well, they were really proud of that model. Okay, it's like when you make your first game, this model goes up on the fridge, and the fridge is everywhere.
Yeah,
you see
the
like
whole fucking game
skyscraper-sized ones later, and I don't understand why.
Like, hey guys, remember this thing?
Yeah, they've got like the walls that are sort of like combine walls and stuff in spots. They have like weird spider things over existing doors and stuff to keep them locked. And but there's not a whole lot of weird tech stuff going on outside of that. I don't know. And it is very much like though that sort of aesthetic that the Combine have, where it's like weird alien technology covering the existing dilapidated world, and that it does still look pretty good, I'd say. But
it kind of like
very
looks like
too.
Half-Life 2, basically.
It's crazy how much effort went into the visuals, and then like the gameplay is just so dead.
Well, and I guess it's hard too when you're an independent developer too, because like you can put a lot of work into these visuals, but like the best you can achieve is that it looks like it came out in like 2004.
No, this looks way better than that. What are you talking about?
Am I tripping?
I think the art direction is less strong than like Half-Life 2 is. especially with the weird
Well,
lighting issues that this thing has. But there's like I think the models are all a bit higher fidelity, just like a little, but not by a ton. And I'm not sure like if they
No,
were
I
buying these
thought
off
they
of the
looked
Unreal
old.
store or what. So
I mean, they must have been, right?
probably, I'm not sure. I don't know.
But I guess like putting it together is halfway decent. I guess the level design doesn't really have like the Half-Life quality where it leads you towards the goal in a subtle way, you know. But
No, I was
it's
confused
not
about
quite.
where to go constantly.
Yeah, I had to look up a little walkthrough a few times. And yeah.
Oh, hey, you want to know
Oh,
what's
you
funny
did?
about playing this thing
Wow.
on console, by the way, is they changed the layout for everything in console. So every walkthrough is like, go here and pick up a gun. I'm like, where the fuck's the gun?
Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. No, see, he's in a wheelchair up there when he's shooting the
Oh,
robots. How did he
okay.
shoot those robots? How did
With a
these
gun.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, how did these robots take over Berlin if they're like zombies that don't do anything?
Yeah, they
Yeah,
suck. They
they don't
just
really
stand
have.
there.
Mhm.
Oh, see, he throws down a box that breaks,
Well,
and that's how you're supposed to know that you can break boxes.
yeah. Well, did you
Boo.
guys see the giant at any point though?
I
No?
did see
What?
him, yeah,
There's
when I
like
was riding the train.
a horrifying
That's
like Attack on Titan monster off in the distance at a few random points in the game.
Well, I
I did
thought he
not see.
was a robot.
He
I don't
must
know.
be, but like it looks like just a Titan. Often here, I'll pull up a clip of it
Hold
on
on.
my
I'm
end.
gonna
Anyway.
look at you. I'm hopping over to your stream.
Yeah,
Oh no, I'm
Yep.
losing viewers.
I recorded him right when he like disappeared, but he, like
Yeah,
yeah,
he just pops out of existence.
Oh
this guy
no,
off in the distance. I don't know why he
was
pops out. I don't know what's going on with him, but he's very scary.
fun fact. He was not on the console version. I did
Oh,
not see this guy.
huh.
Well, you probably
I
just
think
missed
he
him.
appears like he must appear like randomly and go away because there's no
Oh.
specific reason for him. I mean, this would be like a great spot to have him appear, but I'm not sure if that's. Yeah, I don't know. It's very
Well,
strange. Yeah, that's
well,
like
what,
a clip.
what
At the
what's
end
the
of the game,
spot
so.
where he appears? Is it anywhere near the train?
When the on my clip anyway, it's when you're doing the windmill thing, like on top of the big greenhouse at the end, near the end.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
I saw him then.
Yeah, where we wrap up the character arc of the radio guy
Yeah,
by looking at the picture of his wife.
the only time where it was slightly interesting, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It's weird because like I don't know if the story is very good. I don't think they knew what
No,
they
it's
were
terrible.
really doing, or maybe they had like way bigger ambitions and had to cut it all out. Because there's bits where like the dialogue will like indicate something as if the previous dialogue had been different or hadn't happened or some other major part of the game had happened. Like once you get down off of the greenhouse after he gives his big like wistful speech, there's a bit where he's like, "Oh, thank God you're okay," and it's
Yeah,
really
yeah,
weird.
I guess that's weird.
Did you make it to the train?
Yeah.
Oh, don't you love that you have to do chemistry and then he tells you, hey, you gotta go on the train, you gotta find these resources.
Yeah,
to make the train
and then
go."
you just
And
get
then
on the
you come-
train.
and it just runs, yeah.
Yeah, it's already
This-
fueled up. Like that is 100% like a level that they cut out where you go through
Yeah.
and you fight robots
Yeah.
and collect these items. But it's just not in there because I guess if they didn't have time, they were running out of money or whatever. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I guess they
Yeah,
must have been.
they did it for that scene, and then also the ending. They clearly
Yeah.
cut the ending.
Mhm.
Well, I don't know. Maybe, I guess. I just assumed. Well,
Yeah.
like I guess I didn't think about that. You're probably right. They probably did cut it, but like the way they have it, it's just like, oh hey, we put a train ride on it because it's like Half-Life, and
Yeah.
then
Well, it's
I
a
mean,
good
I
like
don't know
level
where to put
transition
it.
thing where you don't
Well,
have to really
if
connect
it
it
was,
too organically. You just sort of have the train come in at the next spot and stuff. You
I
know?
mean, no, that's not a good transition. Oh, there, see, look how he died, and then it just pops up the logo, and the robot's still there, breathing heavily. Oh hell yeah!
My favorite thing about these robots is they're like super badass until they start smoking, and they're like, "Oh shit!" And
Yeah,
then
they run
like, kinda,
away
like,
and-
shuffle away.
Sometimes they die like just after you shoot them enough, and then just let them walk for a minute. I don't know.
It's like mid fight, they actually gain a sense of their own mortality.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mm.
I thought
but
I was invincible.
yeah.
yeah. That's so good.
Yeah. I love that on
Um,
the store page they have like this GIF of all of the cool things in the game, and all of them are scenes from like the first 10 minutes of the game or so. First maybe 15, 20.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
game is
It's-
entirely like that meme about the horse where it's drawn really well, and then it gets worse and worse, and it's just scribbled on
Yeah,
in the end.
yeah. There's like you can almost feel the enthusiasm for making a video game just drain out of them or something. It's
Yeah,
it's
it starts when
unfortunate.
the suicide robots come in and they just orbs with those like really thick, meaty thighs start running at you and
Yeah.
explode soundlessly.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't run away from them. I hate them so much.
You
That was
kinda-
my only
you can
strategy. I just run past them and they
barely-
blow up.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
you
they
can
still
barely
hit
get
you,
away
don't
from
they?
some of them. If you're already running away from them when they start chasing you, you can usually get away from their explosion.
And I only figured out how to do it because I didn't know how to have bullets for the longest time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happens if you hit them? How long does it take to kill them with the axe?
I never tried.
Oh, I think it
Aw.
took like 3 hits to kill them with like 3 weak hits. You didn't have to charge it out.
Is
I'm not
that
convinced
long
that the
enough?
charge hit does anything more damage though.
I think it does. Well, maybe not. Maybe you're right. Maybe because I think you still have to hit the robot 3 times to get it. So unless
Yeah.
there's like a bleed build-up where they just instantly die after 3 hits, no matter what.
Mhm.
No, I'm pretty sure I've hit them like 5 times too with the weak hits.
Yeah. I don't know. There's
I
like
think-
Oh, yeah.
3 enemy types in the whole game, and it's really
there's
awkward. When
there's
they start
the
appearing.
roll cage
right
robots
here.
that run away when they realize they can die. There's the meaty thigh suicide bombs. There's the
Yeah.
dogs. There's the
There's
guys
the-
with machine guns who suck.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's the guys
they're
who
so
run at you
bad.
with like tasers on their hands or something, and then they
Yeah, they scream
I
at
don't
you, and
know.
they're like the easiest ones to kill because you just shoot them with a shotgun. And
yeah
face.
they explode, which is really really nice looking. But yeah,
Yeah,
but,
they
like,
are-
their bits all fall to pieces.
They
and
they
stuff.
must be an asset because they look so different, and they're the only
Ah.
ones who do that.
I don't know. I think that it must just be like a different like style cohesion issue or something. I don't know.
Well, yeah, but why would you have that? Only because you use an asset, right?
Oh, well, no. You just have like different artists working on like random things in the early stages, and then you just sort of put
Oh,
them
shit.
in there. I don't know. That's what it feels like for me anyway. That's yeah.
Yeah, I mean, maybe.
Hmm.
Wouldn't that be crazy if this was like this huge community project and this is all they could put together? Damn.
Yeah, this would be if this was like just completely random people making stuff though. This would be pretty impressive, I'd say, for that with like no.
Yeah, I think I'd
communication.
probably need to know the context behind how this came together.
Yeah,
Guess we'll never
I'd be
know unless you
pretty
look it up,
interested
'cause you're
to-
the only one
Nah,
who's
no, we don't do research here.
well, I accidentally did research actually, and I found a comment on YouTube from the developers on the last part of a playthrough.
Oh yeah. Can you post? Can
Yeah.
you read that? Can you read that one out?
Yeah, it says, "Hey, devs here. We might have wrapped up the librarians too deep into backstory lore. No one has really gotten their meaning yet, and what the library is all about. There is still a lot to dig into. Industria was thought to be part 1 of a bigger 3-act story, but at some point we realized our team was too small to fulfill our wild dreams. Let's see what the
Wow.
future will bring. We love the universe we created and can't wait to come back to it with more skill, experience, and time."
Okay.
Yeah,
First off, I'm going to say the universe is a strong word.
Yeah.
It's got a universe. It's
Oh,
different from the real universe, you know.
Wow.
There's not a ton of like depth to it that you. Well, there were a lot of notes actually that you pick up, and there were
Yeah.
a lot that the playthrough found that I didn't.
Yeah,
But I
The-
didn't.
the-
I'm going to be honest. I didn't read any of them. So I don't know.
the lore writing in the notes is actually probably the strongest storytelling that takes place in this
Oh,
game.
jeez.
I just
hate that.
whenever a game has those notes though, I cannot stand it. Like I'm not going to stop
Yeah,
playing
me
the game
neither.
and read the note because you've decided to put a note here. It just
Yeah, no,
I
that's fair.
hate that so much. And like that might just be because like
True.
I played Half-Life endlessly as a kid and they don't do that. So I'm just not patient enough for it. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm
yeah.
so glad that it instilled this value because like the notes are the laziest thing and everyone's on about it. Oh, the storytelling is so deep. Oh, the item descriptions in Dark Souls tell such a story. Shut up. I don't care. Stupid.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you don't understand what's going on? Well, you should have read the item description for potatoes. Then maybe you'd know.
Mhm.
what was with the big potato famine? How did it all make sense? I guess it's hilarious how they thought they were gonna make a trilogy.
Well, and I come from a film
Or
production
like,
background, and I think there's I think the worst thing you can have in your approach to making any art is like you would have understood this game or this movie if you played the second game. That's like the first thing you make should be a self-contained thing that makes sense that you can later build on.
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. Rebel Moon. Don't
I
you
haven't
hate
seen
those? Yeah, like those things that are just planning to be a trilogy. But then in this game,
Yeah.
it's just like you get
Oh.
to the final thing, and then he's like, "Oh yeah, my planet needs you. Needs me. Goodbye. See you in the next game."
Yeah.
Slide whistle out.
Yeah.
I like this set piece that my footage is on anyway, where you go up like this big hill that has like a whole bunch of steps on it. There's a
Yeah.
demo for Half-Life 2 that feels a lot like that, where you climb up like cliff sides and stuff, and that
wow.
demo's really good. But also, I just like the look of the whole area here, where you walk up to it, and it's got all the tech on top of it and stuff. So
Yeah, and this was like so this is the corridor where you have like where they start throwing enemies at you, right? You get the sniper rifle and you gotta start shooting people. This was probably the most fun spot of the game.
yeah.
Like I
Huh.
think it felt like I mean I think it's the only spot where the action was actually done kind of well.
Mm-hmm.
But like would you like what like if you were to give this game a genre or like say like what kind of game this is, like how would you describe this to somebody?
I'm
I
just
mean,
like survival shoot FPS, where
Yeah.
linear
I mean, to
corridor
me,
shooter
it's
kind of thing. I don't know.
it's really obvious that this game is just trying to be Half-Life. I don't think like there could be any other genre than just Half-Like.
Yeah, it's 100%. Yeah.
Like to an extent that doesn't even make sense. Like so many things are just there because they're in Half-Life. Like why do you have a pickaxe and you have to switch to it? Why don't you just have like a button that does a melee attack? It's not like
Well, that
it's
sucks.
yeah. You agree? Wait, you think a melee button sucks?
Yeah, that's lame. Give me a real melee weapon instead of like a
But
kick or a punch
but
or
you
whatever.
have to switch to it every time you break these boxes.
Yeah, that's
It's so
fine.
annoying.
That's cool.
You gotta rifle through your pockets every time.
Yeah.
Ugh,
I don't know. I
wow.
like it. It's fine.
I mean, you probably like it because it's like Half-Life.
Yeah.
I really don't know if you'd like it any other reason.
Maybe not, but I do. So
This game made me think about Half-Life. 4 out of 5 stars.
yeah.
Oh, there's the
Yeah.
giant monster on. Yeah, I never saw this guy, not even once.
Yeah,
Not even once.
I saw him on my stream. He like twice in the game. I don't understand what he is supposed to be, because they never talk about it at all.
Yeah. And that could have been a really cool thing.
Yeah, and he just like fades away. I don't understand what that is. That must be something like, oh, this is part of the massive lore they thought up and then had to cut all of it.
It's a metaphor.
Maybe.
I mean,
But I was like
really,
paranoid, like, oh, is it gonna come like stomp on me if I take too long? Is it gonna come back? Am I gonna have to watch it do stuff? Like I thought it would have some sort of importance.
On
But it
Florian's
never
stream,
does.
he's like fully like halfway through the game or more, and he still has boric acid in his inventory.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I had like 4 friggin' different types of chemicals
that's actually
for the whole game.
That's actually really important because I think the incompetence of this game is so monumental that they haven't figured out how to make a safe system that doesn't crash if you have the boric acid in your inventory. So eventually my save files were corrupted because of that.
Oh, really?
That's funny.
Yeah, so I had to replay an entire chapter to get back to that point.
Yeah.
So
bad luck. Jeez.
Yeah, very bad luck. Well, I guess it doesn't help that I die so much. I don't know.
Yeah, you died a lot. I'm watching that happen.
What difficulty did you choose?
I just played it normal.
I think I probably picked hard, but not nightmare.
Yeah, I think there was 2 difficulties for me. It was like normal or hardcore, but playing normal without being able to open up ammo boxes is basically the same as playing hardcore.
Yeah, well, you figured them out eventually.
Yeah, it sure did. That's my most enduring memory of this game will always be that.
Don't you love how these robots can see you through walls, and then they
Yeah.
spam you with all the bullets when you don't even know where they are?
Yeah, that's not great.
It
And that's like a pretty serious problem in your first person shooter where the only enemies that shoot back are like bad and jank and not fun to fight at all.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
kind of an
they're like,
issue.
I mean, they're not just that; they're like so immersion breakingly bad. Like, there's one point where you go down into a street, and then like you just hear a million bullets hitting a wall, you know, and then you look
Yeah.
like, oh, what's that? Oh, it's 5 different enemies that are behind a wall that are really annoying to hit, and they just keep spamming with infinite bullets at you. Like,
I
wow.
would.
Yeah.
This is gonna sound kind of like bitchy, but I would agree with your immersion breaking point if at any point during this game I felt immersed.
Oh.
Well, I mean,
And like,
That was
and
a
I know
little
that
bit.
sounds and like, and I really try to not be mean to games, but like, I was like I try not to be shitty like that.
Yeah.
I mean, you agree with me fully then, so that's good.
The thing is, I can't think of like a game that tries to be like Half-Life on like this sort of small budget and stuff, and like succeeds in having the same scope and size and like length and stuff. You know, like all of the really great indie shooters coming out are like pure gameplay focus with like zero story, like Dusk and Ultra Kill and stuff like that. Like no one plays any of those for a story because there basically isn't one. There's like some background lore at most, and yeah,
Let
they're
me
all
just
very
highlight. Let me just highlight here for a second that this bird has like the worst flapping animation. look at these wings. Oh my god. Oh, yeah, I'm
yeah,
sorry.
they got crows. I killed a crow at some point in mine.
Oh,
Yeah.
you did? Nice.
Mhm.
I didn't want to spare the ammo for that. There's not much ammo in this game.
That's
Oh,
that's
I
some
was topped off most of it, and I don't know. There's like a
Uh,
whole bunch. You got to look for those hidden crates in all the dark spots.
But yeah, but you don't get enough ammo. Like you
I have
get
so
like
much ammo.
you get
Yeah.
12 bullets for the shotgun, and that's it.
Really? I
Oh,
definitely think I
You
was
can
rolling
you
with
can
more
only
than that.
hold. You can't hold a lot for it. Yeah, I don't know.
how many did you hold? Do you remember?
I was able to hold 12 total for the shotgun. Yeah, like
Oh,
6
you
loaded,
did.
6 unloaded. So
Yeah,
Oh,
you
that's
had.
weird.
Yeah, okay.
Console had more,
So
oh,
Rando played on the
that's
easiest
yeah.
difficulty, I see, and then
which is normal. Yeah.
Purple is really good at the game, so
I just put
his
it on normal. I
difficulty
don't know.
was
I
the
didn't put
same.
Yeah.
it on
What?
hard or anything.
I think everyone was playing normal.
Yeah.
No way! You found health vials in ammo boxes. Okay,
Yeah,
that
man.
doesn't happen.
The console
Oh.
experience was just different, man.
Yeah, just
That's
easy.
really weird. Maybe they like changed the balancing at some point and never updated it on the console, or
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe.
who
know.
knows?
They
Once again,
decided to make it
I'm
hard.
not here to do research, so I can't tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah, they decided to make it hard because when people were complaining about it, they thought it would be better if they had a really hard time as well.
Yeah.
Well, I
They
guess it makes
have
sense because you had it too easy. Purple, you just aced it with your Half-Life experience.
yeah. They've shown 2 gifs of their next game, and it actually looks like the visuals on it are a lot nicer too. But yeah,
Really, I thought the visuals of this were like the best thing about it.
I don't know. It looks very similar to this, but it looks even more Half-Life 2-y, a little bit more.
Oh,
There's
wow.
like guys in hazmat suits who you kill too in it, so I don't know.
Well, it blows my mind that these people are given money to make a second game, so I guess that's good.
Yeah. I don't know. I think they have potential, okay? I think they could genuinely make like a really great game.
Oh, for sure, absolutely.
Yeah.
I can like the one thing that like kind of shines through is intention. Like you can tell that they wanted this game to be good.
Yeah.
Like
And no one
I
makes like
genuinely
bad
feel
games
that
on purpose, so
No, they took some swings. A lot of stuff didn't pay off, but like
yeah.
Yeah, well, I guess they just put like everything into designing the environment, and then like no thought into gameplay. It's like
Yeah.
how many times are there just random things that are physics objects that you can pick up that do absolutely nothing? Like,
Yeah,
No.
why?
I mean, there was one point
grab
where I
it.
had to stack 2 boxes on each other, and that's like it for the physics puzzles
Yeah.
in the whole game.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
like, which Half-Life
I
2 was like one of the first big physics games. So that's like half of the gameplay is doing physics puzzles, throwing things at enemies because they have a dedicated physics gun in the game. Like, and this just doesn't have that, so it feels weird that there's sort of an emphasis on it sometimes, but the rest of the time there's just not.
There's this exact intention in Half-Life where this is physics. We do everything with physics. The physics gun is specifically for that. And then this game just has like the bones of that, but none of the meat, and it's amazing.
They didn't even put in like a grenade. Like there's just nothing for it. It's
there's barrels that you can grab and then you can shoot them to blow them up. And I never did that. It sucks.
Did those only start popping up in like the very end of the game though? Because I never noticed them before that. So I don't know.
That'd probably be too easy.
It feels like they didn't do the thing that you kind of have to do when you make a game, which is like you go back to like existing stuff that you made while other features were being made by like the programmers and stuff, and you have to like add the features throughout the game, you know? Like it can't just like show up for specific spots and then go away unless that's like on purpose. Because then it just feels weird and disjointed.
It's really hard to understand what may have happened. I wonder if they did the programmer just refuse to make it, or did they have like no idea how to make these features any further than what he did with them, you know?
I'm not sure how many people worked on it. The credits were like relatively long, but there were a lot of playtesters and stuff. So I actually know one of the playtesters on this, who like his name just popped up, and it was someone who I've like seen around on Discord and stuff. So that was interesting.
Wow.
But yeah,
why isn't he here on the podcast?
I didn't know until 2 hours ago.
Yeah, drag him before the Hague.
I don't know if he hates me because of my Portal 2 tweets or not. I don't know.
Well, you should send him this. He'll definitely. No, actually, I guess you're the most defensive of this game, so maybe he's fine with you. I like these walls, these Half-Life walls. They actually look really nice with these pistons they got.
Yeah.
Even though they don't make any sense, they sure look cool.
Mm-hmm. A lot of stuff looks good.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I guess this is like one of the main things. If the visuals are good, then sales are likely to happen.
There were ray tracing options in the settings, which was shocking. And I mean, I can't use those because my computer doesn't do that. But it's like, I bet you if you crank up all the settings, this game, it looks stunning the whole way through. In fact, the playthrough that I watched, it looks really nice throughout the whole thing. There's not like weird issues with the water like you can see on my screen there and stuff. Like
what year did this come out though?
This is 2021. So
yeah, that's what I thought. I think I might just have harsher expectations of like what graphics are supposed to be in games that come out now, and I think it might be unfair to the indie space.
Well, the thing is that you're a console peasant, so if you were,
it probably does look worse on the PlayStation. If I'm being honest, too. Yeah.
Well,
I would not be surprised.
Well, he's seeing our streams. So
yeah, I'm watching your guys. I'm not
that's true,
blown away.
But I mean, I'm also on like crap visual settings too, compared to what it can be. Like the Steam page looks a lot nicer.
I'm on Florian's. So. I'm watching it from Florian's sexy computer. So
I mean, the robots look kind of nice, right? The dead ones there.
Yeah.
It sure was enjoyable to me that this area here didn't have combat in it because I hate the combat so much. Yeah. I guess you guys are just fine with it.
No, it's I want to talk about that. Okay, the here's the thing: when you make a game, I think back in for Super Mario 64. Okay, Shigeru.
Yeah,
Miyamoto,
we're bringing it back to Mario.
Yeah, Shigeru Miyamoto. Okay, he like specifically. Oh, okay, he specifically was like, okay, we're gonna design the movement first for the player character, all the movement and everything. That is the first thing we have to lock in. And with this game, and because of that, Mario 64 feels great. But this game, like the movement of it is like weird and sluggish and not good, and it just doesn't feel tight or nice like every other, well, like the Half-Life games do, like a lot of games do. But that's also like a big problem with all sorts of stuff. Like Call of Duty has that feeling for me every single time too, where it's like weird and jank, and it feels like they either didn't really try or it was like trying to lean into the realism or something, and I don't understand it, and it just makes games feel bad. And it's constant with Unreal Engine stuff, especially.
Oh, well, that makes sense. I guess it's hard to tell which of the Call of Duties it would apply to. Have you played the new ones? Are they smooth now, finally?
I played a bit of Cold War Zombies, and that one did feel slightly better than like Black Ops 3 or World at War, but it's like not by much. I
World
don't
at
know.
War feels really bad. That is true.
Yeah, but I think that's supposed to because it's like a World War II, almost like trying to be a simulator almost.
No,
You
no,
know,
it's
so
like janky and choppy. I don't think that can't be
yeah,
right.
Well,
I
yeah,
don't
Holy
know.
shit! Did you
it's
see that robot?
Yeah,
even the animation for the Florian on his stream, he was just running, and based on how the arms move, like it
yeah,
is like the person's doing like kind of a fancy speed walk with their hips are really moving.
yeah, yeah.
Also,
I
the
hate those
gun kind of
animations and
drags
stuff.
behind you
They're too
when
much.
you look around.
Hmm.
That's funny in a shooter because the bullets
Yeah.
probably don't, right?
Here's the on my stream. Here's the bit where the character explains the photograph to the guy on the radio, and I just skip it because I couldn't put up with the dialogue.
Ah, that was a nice moment. That's the
I
only
don't
good moment in the
care.
game.
Yeah,
I don't care about these
well,
friggin' things.
well,
Like,
I like a good performance, and the exchange between the main character and Brent for this section was actually like
oh yeah, the
probably the
acting
best
is
acting in this whole thing.
yeah. I think the acting is pretty good. It's like on par with like a Half-Life kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean
Well,
until the
Yeah.
last
those
scene where
two, yeah, the
Nora's like,
last
"What?
scene
No,
is
it
the
can't
worst.
be. This is impossible."
Oh well,
Like,
that's yeah. That feels like they made the first part of the ending, and then they realized, oh yeah, our character like talks, so we have to have like response dialogue, and it's just
it
it's
felt
like
like they
she.
hired the
It's
writer from
actually
the room. It was like Tommy Wiseau wrote that last scene.
yeah. It actually is kind of realistic because she's just having like a weird breakdown over this surreal bullshit and just can't believe it and refuses to.
I
Yeah,
mean,
but
this
can you
it's just
imagine like
out of
trying to sell
nowhere.
that story? It's like this can't be. I don't believe it. The end. It just fucking ends.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man. I did
Oh man.
record the whole ending. Maybe we should. Are we far enough in? Should we talk about this ending and what it
Yeah,
Well,
means?
I think we still have
let's skip
combat to
over
complain
to.
about.
That's
No,
true.
let's skip. I'm already showing the ending. Okay, we're
Okay.
going there.
I'm gonna show the ending on mine too. We can do
Oh,
combat
look,
later.
so here's that thing where you have the washing machine room from the office earlier. So apparently you meet your boyfriend from the future, and
Walter Rebel.
he's destroyed everything, and he's the big AI that rules the world, even though his robots are just some lame zombies, and everyone could easily defeat them. And then he's reproduced this room with the experiments and the washing machines, and he's put it here so
Yeah.
you can
But
be
they're just like
guided
outside
towards
and
them.
stuff, which is weird. There's like
Yeah,
it's like came over with the portal, but it didn't though when we started the game.
yeah,
So I don't know.
yeah. It's really far from that portal, so it's
Yeah.
definitely not where it came over. And
Mm.
even then, it would have been here for 20 years, so it would have probably been overgrown and destroyed.
Yeah. He hooked himself up into the computer, which is literally the storyline of Portal 2, by the way. And also the character model looks very similar to Dr. Breen, who's like the main villain for Half-Life 2. So it's
Oh, I
it's
just
like
realized that he's
yeah,
slowly breathing here. I thought he was just static.
yeah, that's neat.
I
But
didn't
It
yeah,
doesn't look
notice
like
it
he's
was
hooked up
like
to anything though.
I think it's all under the covers or whatever. But yeah, I don't
You
know.
sure? How do they? Yeah, it's
how
like
convenient.
we have this whole AI mainframe, and they connected a fiber optic network out to this fucking beach house.
Yeah.
He's just like plugged into 15 radios.
Maybe he's not plugged into anything. They just really sucked out his like brain, and that's in the computer, and this is just an empty shell.
Yeah.
Maybe someone just comes by frequently and feeds him.
A robot just like clumsily just jams food into his face. Like one of
Actually,
those roll cage guys.
there's a plate at the bottom of the thing, so I guess he must have been eating at some point. And then
Yeah.
here it just the ending just has you walking into this scene from the play earlier, and then you just fall through the floor. Like, what? Am
Yeah.
I just tripping balls? Is the ending just that you take all of the drugs and then you're in the stupid ass play again?
I think it's supposed to be a little surrealist and like to show that he's in with the AI or whatever. And I don't know why the AI manifests as a black and white theater production, but
Yeah, or why she can see it.
Yeah,
exactly.
because
Like,
it's
she
not
didn't
there's
get
not like a
hooked up.
maybe he put down a big monitor back there, while she wasn't looking.
Yeah,
You,
we'll
you
just
walked
watch
into
the
the TV
ending. Hell
screen.
yeah!
Mm.
But like, this doesn't even look good. You just fall down and you hardly see things,
Yeah,
And
Yeah,
then
I
like,
was
oh,
like frantically
um,
looking around because I'm like, I must be missing something right now.
yeah.
like this is the worst ending in anything. It's crazy. Like
There's
most of the time it just flashes by and there's just random stuff. Oh, here's the balls a lot. I actually like the
there's
balls.
the spooky alien librarians or whatever they are. They
Yeah,
run the library, which is I don't know what it is.
yeah.
the
We
aliens?
didn't get to get that deep in the lore yet. We
Yeah,
have to play
well,
the
they,
next
they
game.
said they cut that lore, so like I don't know, and I don't know if the next game is like a sequel because the visual style looks really similar, but
Uh,
I have no
uh,
idea if it is because they're not saying it is, so who knows?
I love how this last scene here they just copy pasted like one bookshelf from any kind of where in the game and they just put that a million times around you and I was like, oh yeah, hey, this is a room where that symbolizes the library. And then here's the aliens, okay, or are they the robots? And I guess they're copy pasted too. Wow, so artsy, man. I love that. I
Yeah.
love falling
I-
through the ground with 20 of the same model looking at me. Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's not great. It's weird to it's okay. I'm gonna give you two metaphors. First, the ending feels like their essay was due the next day, and they like had to finish all up like by 4 a.m. and
Yeah.
just like jammed it together. You just fall,
Perfect.
but you like fall through the floor, and then it's like he's explaining everything, but you don't learn anything. Like I didn't learn anything from this like final.
Yeah.
It was
I
like
learned that it was an AI. That's all I learned because I didn't know that it was an AI before that. That's
I
like
mean,
about it.
it doesn't make sense because like nothing about this game seems intelligent in any way. Like there's no intelligent robots taking anything over because like there's nothing there. You don't see them like doing industry, Like they're not mining or building or anything. They're just shuffling around killing humans. So
Yeah.
like nothing
Half-Life had the
intelligent.
benefit of like a really good established like sci-fi author working on it and stuff, so I don't
Yeah.
know. And this game I think did not.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, no, and it's
luckily,
just an awful ending. It ends so abruptly. Like I don't know if
Mm.
you guys have ever spoken to people who are really on drugs, but like that's sort of what he's just like, man, like I'm the AI and like I am you, and like and it's just like a fucking like the ramblings of a meth addict, and then your main character's
Yeah.
like, I don't understand, and then you're just like, don't worry about it, and the curtains close, and then you have to watch the credits.
Yeah.
yeah.
My first and I'm not watching the credits to be like, oh, like who is in charge of this great thing. Like when I have the credits come, like, okay, what are the names of the people who did this to me?
Also,
Yeah.
you also I tried to skip the credits and go to the menu. It doesn't let you open the menu while the credits are playing. So.
Yeah.
Always
I-
hallmark of a good
I
game.
sat through I sat through the credits and I'm like, okay, the credits are gonna happen and then there's gonna be something else after because there's no way that can be the fucking end. I was
Yeah.
actually
So bad.
when
It
when
wasn't.
it brought you back to the main menu, I was floored. I thought, no fucking way.
Yeah. Yeah, my mind was blown at this. Like, wow.
Mhm.
Like we reached the last squiggly line that made up the horse's butt. We really did it.
And now we're at the part where they're drawing like it shitting
Yeah.
out that like little kid's drawing butt.
Yeah. I don't think we're at the point where like a I don't know, like 24 people team can just make Half-Life 2 yet. I don't know how
Well,
many people
and-
worked on Half-Life.
And
No,
they
no,
should,
we-
and they
50
shouldn't
or
try.
more, but
Like nobody should be trying to do that.
We should. I think it's definitely possible. It's just sheer incompetence is what happened here.
yeah.
Like,
It should never be the
I don't
goal to make Half-Life 2 with your team of like 6 people because all you can do is make bad Half-Life 2.
well, I mean, you could make like 3 good hours of Half-Life 2, which is what they should have done and could have done.
Mm-hmm.
Half-Life
Like,
2 had
that's
a team of 82 people, so yeah, I don't know if like you can cut down on the size of that. So, I mean, because people are like single people can make a Quake kind of game, and they
I mean,
have.
I think you
this,
underestimate how long, how much faster it is to make games nowadays.
Yeah,
Like,
I know
there's
it
so
must
many
be because
tools.
all the tools exist and stuff. You don't have to like be for like these games that are in the style of existing stuff, like the technology is already there. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
it's funny because this game's only like 4 hours, and I think the only thing they could have done to make it better is actually for this to have been a shorter, even more concise experience with like a little bit, like a bit more thought put into like the
well,
vibe and
they had to make sure that you couldn't get the 2-hour refund, of course.
yeah, that's the thing, right?
I don't know if it's. I don't think it's that cynical. I don't think it's that evil or awful.
I mean, they could
Uh,
have definitely gotten rid of the train ride, Jesus, or
They,
like
you know
put
what's funny?
anything,
Like, that's one of
like
the spots
anything.
I didn't mind because what it did is it gave you like a second, like it went on too long, but it gave you a second to breathe.
yeah.
And it was actually probably the only point in time where I felt like
But it was
um
the wrong time. It's right before the most disappointing ending ever. You don't
no,
want
for
to give
sure.
us time to breathe. Like, please don't build this
Oh.
shitty ending up with a train ride.
No, you're and actually
Mm.
you're totally right because that feels like a good spot for something like it feels like the right moment before something actually good happens. Like once you know the ending is what it is, it's a little bit like
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. If there
If
was
it did
like
have
a
like
boss
something.
fight or any combat, then I might have forgotten about the train ride. But holy
Yeah.
shit. Just
Mhm.
like, oh, we're going somewhere. Are you ready? Fart
Mm.
noise.
okay, well, should we try to rewrite like what okay, so like we're talking a lot of shit. Like what do you guys do to make the ending better here?
We'd have to know what the story is to even rewrite it. So
Yeah.
I
I
don't
guess that's
know.
true.
It's
Well, what do you mean? Like the story is that he went and became the robot overlord, and then
I
Actually, the story is
guess.
she's trying to find her husband. That and they should have
Yeah, that's
focused on
like
that
the
more. Like
main.
that's the story.
Mhm.
And so like I guess if I was to redo the ending, I would like build up a sort of a feeling of getting there too late, and then you can be
Yeah.
like a gut like oh like he's dead, or there's like a gut punch of like there's actually something even more horrifying than you can imagine has happened to him, and
Well,
like actually like
I
put
think
some
that is
stakes
what
in
they
it.
were trying to do though, because he is he's not dead. He's like become an evil robot monster who's fused with the AI. So they kind
Yeah,
of tried to do that.
she didn't get to perform that though.
That's true. Yeah. Well, they did when she was like
Mm,
yelling, Why are
no,
you doing this?
she
Stop!"
reacted she reacted to a bunch of crazy nonsense. She didn't like
Yeah,
it, yeah, it
she
just
didn't
like
really,
that
get a moment with the
there
actual what was happening.
no,
I
there was
think.
no emotional payoff or letdown to her finding him. It was just undercut by my just extreme annoyance and then
yeah,
full
it
like left turn into crazy town.
like it
Yeah.
didn't work to begin with because like we were never shown this husband like the motivation of oh
Yeah.
let's find this husband, it just doesn't work. The same thing with the wheelchair guy. It's like, oh yeah, would you please like look at my painting, look at my picture, like please, I got something more important than looking at your picture to do, surely, right? And
Mhm.
then nope,
Yeah.
actually turns out you're railroaded into looking at this picture, which
Yeah.
was the best part of the game for me, but still, like you set it up that way, that's terrible. By the way, I'm at the part where the robots shoot you when they shouldn't see you, and then you can't
Mhm.
shoot back because the 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 fence that you should be able to shoot through, you cannot shoot through.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I
Yeah,
mean
that is bad. That bit
the
was
ending could be different in many ways, I guess. Like to me, it would have already been better if they had gotten a voice actor who's actually hearable. Like without subtitles, I would not have known what he was saying. He was
Even
that
with
bad.
subtitles, I had no idea what the fuck was going on at the end.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I mean, he just became the robot, I guess. I mean, I appreciate a scientist who becomes an evil robot. Okay,
Yeah, I
that's
love that.
cool. Why
Mhm.
wasn't that good? Like, I mean, if he was a boss fight and you had to fight him, that would have been good. But if they want to make a trilogy, I guess that wouldn't work. But surely they couldn't have thought that they were going to make a trilogy after this, right? It's crazy that
Well,
they had a million
I think
playtesters and
what they meant by
uh,
that wasn't that it was a trilogy, but that it's like a just like a 3 times as long game with 3 times as much like story and stuff going on in it. I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
I
if you're
mean,
paring down, I think like what they shouldn't have cut was like building emotional stakes. Because even if like fighting the
Mm.
robot sucks, if I care about getting to my husband at the end. Like if I actually am invested in that, like I'm willing to put up with a lot more BS.
Yeah.
Instead of like making me walk through an office, like even if you just gave us flashbacks of them together just to build something, I probably could have bought in a little more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that could have worked. Like it's insane how there's like nothing of that. It's just not a hint
It's
of.
just like all you know is like I'm married to a guy named Walter Rebel. He clearly didn't respect me enough to tell me what he did at that place where we both work. And then
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, to me, it was pretty obvious that this AI was going to be like evil and stuff, and that it would try to take over the world. And we see a world that was taken over, so
Yeah.
I
I
was
just
pretty.
want to know what the balls do. What is their purpose?
yeah, I want to
mean,
know what
they
the
probably-
AI's motivation is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
it doesn't do anything, so
yeah.
there isn't any motivation. Like, it's just sitting around. It just wanted to get rid of the humans, I guess, which
Mhm.
I don't know how it managed, because it's not good.
I mean, if you just throw enough shitty robots at people, I guess you'll win eventually.
Yeah. The thing with
I mean,
evil
do
AI
you?
stuff is there's a pretty high bar with like System Shock and Portal and stuff like that, and like HAL
Yeah.
9000. Like you've got to,
Yeah.
it's got to at least be like a thing or something, because they kind of, it's almost like they wanted the Combine, but with as minimal like number of different types of NPCs and types of things walking around as possible. Because like with the Combine, you'll see all of these giant like monsters that they use and stuff to take over the world, and all of their helicopters and their technology, and the giant building they have like in the middle of the city and stuff. And there's like very little of that in here. There's like some giant spheres, but I would be shocked if they weren't the same model as the tiny spheres too. So
Oh yeah, they're the same model for sure.
I don't know. It's
But
very strange.
it's a pretty nice model. I think it might be like a shader that looks well at any size. So that's not too bad, you know.
I don't
It
know.
could have worked, just energy balls, you know.
Yeah.
I guess they should have tried to make like the robot, the AI, something that actively stops you, you know. Like
Yeah.
as it is now, it's just like, oh, oops, I guess you gotta unplug the AI to proceed. But like, does it even mind? Does it even know you're there? Like maybe it should have put up those walls to stop you, and that would have been nice. Like just make the walls appear out of the ground, then you would have already
Yeah.
like you would have been mad at the AI or something. But like this, it's like no one even cares. It's just the robots just come to life and they shuffle towards you, and that's it.
Yeah. The AI has to have like a voice and be like a character to some degree, you know.
I don't know
With
if
this,
that
it's
works
just-
if the AI is then also your husband. I don't know if you could make that like you would.
Well,
Well, that's
recognize
true. You
all
get
the-
rid of the reveal at the end of the game if you make the
Well,
AI
and-
a character, I guess.
the moment you say that though, like I realize there's an opportunity for like if the AI is like sometimes impeding you, or sometimes like if the AI was like sort of guiding you somewhere and you could like almost
Yeah.
cooperating with you slightly, like that could have been really interesting. You don't know why until the end. Like there's just so
Mhm.
much stuff they could have done that would have made it more interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if it was like schizophrenic and like some part of the AI is trying to help you.
Yeah, like
maybe.
Walter's fighting for control, like a human part of him is breaking. It's just like I honestly just like almost at this point begging for anything that
Damn.
would make this more interesting.
That would have actually been good if like you hear Walter and he's helping you, and then it turns out like you come back to the ending scene, and it's just like Walter is fused to the computer, and he's
Yeah.
part of it, and he's trying to help you like some kind of horrible mutated fetus, you know.
And then
out
he
of
like
the-
wants you to get there so you can kill him or something. That'd be sweet.
yeah, even better.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could have been fun.
I think
Oh man, so many missed opportunities.
This is what happens when we should have written this game, you guys.
one of the big strengths of Half-Life 2 is just how much happens in it. You know, there's like everywhere you go, there's enemies coming after you, there's sirens blaring, there's like all sorts of things going on. There's like the guy who's the big bad guy on the big screens talking to you directly and things like that. And toward the end of the game, there's like the whole uprising where there's all these friends and people shooting at each other in the distance and stuff like things going on. And in this, it feels like the world is completely dead and like the game has already happened before you got there. You know, there's just
Yeah,
like
there's
nothing
no-
going on.
Perfectly true. Literally nothing. Oh, he turned into a ragdoll.
Yeah, like like we said, there's literally one other NPC who shows up for a minute. Like,
yeah, in a wheelchair, so he
yeah,
didn't even need to
on a
walk.
balcony.
Like nobody was able to do any movement. They
Yeah.
probably could have done that by just moving a ragdoll around.
Yeah. This is so like when I'm reviewing, like I just review whatever game a random number generator gives me, so I have no control of what I'm reviewing. And this caliber of game is like my least favorite to come across. Like I love obviously a good game just as much. I love a bad game. Like I love a game that is like tried something and like fucking whiffed it so bad that you can't believe that they even tried it in the first place.
Yeah.
But this sort of like falls in this middle space where it's like mediocre. Like they didn't.
Most of it is, at least. I
How
think
is
the
it
ending
mediocre? It's like
it's that craziness. But yeah,
there's enough technical prowess behind this game where we're having the conversation, and the crux of the conversation is this game should have been better.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but that's just Unreal. It's just Unreal Engine is what makes like things halfway function.
But it's not like, I guess what I'm saying is this game's not bad in a way where it makes it fun. It's just mediocre. It's just middling, which I think is worse than bad.
I mean, I disagree with that. I think bad is worse than mediocre. but also like how would it be fun for it to be bad? I guess that's. I mean,
it'd be
that's
more
not
interesting
bad.
to talk about, at least if it like failed in every way, if everything was horrible. If there
well,
were a
that's
bunch
just
of
for
things to
me.
joke about, like
exactly, and how I review games. Like it's actually fun to review a bad game. It's not fun to review a mediocre game.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, to me, this is as bad as it gets. So I guess definitely differ on that one. Man, in this room, you don't have enough ammo for all these enemies. The only thing you can do is just run towards the objective and only kill the ones that are on your way.
I had to restart the section when I realized they don't stop spawning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the whole big end fight. I didn't record that because I didn't think it was the end combat section of the game. But yeah.
Well, there's more combat, but this is the big fight, yeah.
Yeah, and it's really
a little
not
bit
fun.
more. But yeah. I came across a gramophone here and there were like records throughout the game, and I put a record in the gramophone and started playing the music.
Yeah.
Right? and that's like
music.
The weirdest feature. Like, why would you put a working gramophone where you go into your inventory and you find the music disc, and then you only have like one of those in the whole game?
Oh, I
there might have been
found
more.
I found 4 copies of the same record.
Oh,
so I just kept putting it in every gramophone I found. I'm like, maybe this is an achievement or something, but it's not.
Oh, maybe, I don't know. Maybe because I only found like one gramophone, or at least I only tried to use one, because it was like in a room that was only had the gramophone and that was it. So I don't know.
Yeah, I think I found about 5. They were spread throughout. So.
There really isn't even an achievement for the gramophone. That's so weird.
Well, I usually have the achievements turned off because I don't care about them at all.
So I think the main thing that we learned is that, unlike Florian believes that mediocre is better than bad.
Yeah.
Which for some reason I think bad is better than mediocre.
But I'm also thinking this is as bad as it gets. So I guess we both think that this game is as bad as it can be. Like I mean, it's the most boring thing to talk about. So that's good. I mean,
I've had fun. I've had fun with you guys talking about this.
Yeah.
That doesn't count.
But if I was making like a video review for my channel for this game, it would be like 5 minutes long. I'd have barely anything to talk about. And
I would have gone. I mean, you saw what I cared about. I would have gone deep on all the shit I complained about here.
Yeah, I think there was enough to make it a really good review. It's too bad we didn't do that, but whatever. It's also good I didn't waste time on it.
It's okay. I have to put all my energy behind reviewing Binding of Isaac.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I still need to do the voice lines for that.
Yeah, I'll send you the script. But
your Binding of Isaac video has to be at least as good as my Binding of Isaac video. That's the rule.
Okay, I won't watch it beforehand. A fair fight.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. I don't know.
So you guys all beat this room pretty easily, right?
No,
The
I hated this. It took me a
which
long
room
time to
is that?
figure
Is
out.
that the big giant
The
room with the
dark
two
room.
levers? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
You know what sucks on the console version is you guys have all these fancy things that change from X's to O's. The console version has none of that. I had no idea what the hell was going on in here for a long time.
Oh, that's
I had
that's
no visual
unfortunate.
indicators. Yeah.
Huh.
Wow. Well, I guess that makes sense. I probably would have found out how to press the levers anyways, but yeah.
Yeah, well, I had to look up online that it was like press each lever and then run to the end lever, and which is an extra platform that you don't have here.
Oh, I think it comes.
No,
Yeah,
but
there's like an elevator, but it's
where you're standing right now. There was a raised platform behind a cage. Like the layout here was different for console.
That's
they made
so
it
weird.
worse.
Yeah,
I guess
like
they made it better, but they didn't put it on the console. Yeah,
they made it harder. I'm watching your version. I'm like, yeah, I would have known what to do immediately on this one.
I mean, I knew what to do, but like normally in the game, you're supposed to kill the robots, right? Otherwise, they'll keep coming. But
I literally could not see the staircases you had to take to the levers because it was too dark, and the light. Yeah, the light is terrible. The flashlight in this might be the worst thing. There's like, it's not very bright, and it requires batteries, which is up to the mercy of the friggin' level designer and whether you're going to get a battery for it.
Yeah, there's never enough battery, and I mean, I don't even know if it gets stronger with battery, but it definitely seems weak.
There's no reason to have it require a battery. Like,
no,
they're knocking off Half-Life 2. That one just refills in like 5 seconds if you turn it off. You know?
Yeah.
Right,
because then it's one of those like world questions which you're not supposed to think about. So you have like one brand of like shitty flashlight, and then you have to wonder like who's going around here leaving the batteries around for this one very specific type of flashlight.
It's a weird giant like it looks like an old 1800s camera or something was what I thought, and it's with a massive battery, which is like a friggin' giant film piece of like film glass or whatever, like photo.
You need
like
to
how they used
put
to
this box of Quaker Oats inside your flashlight so that it runs.
Yeah.
Well, where do you even see the flashlight? Because I never.
You get it when you start the game. You like pick it up physically and I guess carry it around for the whole game. But it's
I mean you have your lamp from your apartment that I carried around really long, but then I guess I stopped carrying it because it doesn't go into your inventory. Tragic. If only there was any other light source we could have taken other than that horrible one.
You're on the Soviet side, man. They don't have fancy flashlights.
Yeah, I guess not. They can't even make a torch or whatever that would actually burn longer than this flashlight. But yeah, I mean, it's obviously they have the battery because Half-Life has the battery, but then
but the battery in Half-Life just refills on its own. So
yeah, because they decided that's unrealistic, so we gotta have it.
Realism was the name of the game for this one for sure.
I mean, definitely, yeah. Like that's why you have like 5 weapons that are all vaguely boring and realistic, you know.
That's why you move really sluggishly, and you can see your hands when you run, and all these. There's like I don't know.
It's a saucy power walk.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's just because you're a woman, I guess.
Oh,
gotta look more female to walk.
You can't be sexist on my channel, Florian. Come on.
No, I'm not. I'm saying that. I'm saying the design decision they made. Come on, dude.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Damn, cancelled.
Yeah. Hashtag cancelled. It's the end for you, Bucko.
Oh, okay. The ending. Yeah, I was hanging on after the Godzilla takes about the nuke, but now it's over.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, we did. I was on Is It Kino for the first and probably only time to talk about Godzilla -1. So go check that out, people on YouTube.
Yeah, it was pretty strange just have you guys hang out, and then I guess it's probably not gonna happen again.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd like to. It's fun, but yeah,
maybe one day.
Yeah,
I mean, next Godzilla. Mumpkins probably already annoyed that I didn't respond to his chat trying to bring up the Godzilla thing earlier.
Have you guys watched that Monarch TV show?
No, I really want to, but I
What's
don't have the
that?
Apple TV Plus.
It's like a full-on Godzilla TV show. It's like about the people like in and around the organization that studies them, and it's like about some scientist kids. It's fun, but it is like it like the person who wrote this show like has never worked in any form of bureaucracy whatsoever, because this company that deals with like monsters is the most poorly run branch of the government ever depicted on TV.
Wait, so he hasn't worked in bureaucracies? Sounds like
Yeah.
that would be a good critique of bureaucracies.
No, I mean, sorry, I guess it's a lot of magical thinking about how government agencies work and like how much responsibility they're willing to just give to like some kids who have no business being involved in the story. You'll understand when you watch it.
You know, you
that's
got to
just
do that
random.
in a TV
Yeah,
show
I mean,
if you
that's
want like a
just
main
gonna happen.
character. So I don't know.
Yeah. We had that in Gamera.
Yeah. In the Gamera Netflix show, they have like literal children are like calling the shots and stuff halfway through.
Yeah.
Until it's revealed that they're, you know, evil, whatever.
Well, clearly, I'm just in it for very accurate depictions of government bureaucracy.
Yeah. Well, you got to watch Shin Godzilla for that, where they're completely worthless and terrible.
Man, this fucking room. I can't believe how like they just have these robots walking down the on the side of the level, and you can snipe them, and they're just slowly walking towards you. And when they get closer, they'll be a threat. But just the way they lamely walk across that catwalk over there is just so insane.
Yeah, the thing
this room is relentless.
Yeah. Half-Life 2's like main soldier enemies are really not great to fight against. So, like this game that's trying to do that and doing them kind of poorly is not just a recipe for disaster, honestly. So.
Well, they're always scripted, so they're always doing something cool in Half-Life. But in this, they're just like
usually that's when they're at their best, at least. Yeah.
Yeah, when they're throwing barrels at you and you can blow up the barrels, hell yeah.
Yeah, that's all the best stuff that they do, but there's none of that in this game either, so...
Yeah, there's just random barrels that you could blow up.
Yeah. When the first, like, exploding enemy showed up, I thought they were... I thought it got shot. I thought there was going to be a word... Like, it was like a little... Like a robot equivalent of, like, a prey animal or something, and it got shot by a robot hunter or something, and I'd turn the corner and there'd be a robot hunter. But it was just more of the little tiny weird guys who run at you and explode. And I didn't realize they were the ones doing that to themselves.
Well, I feel bad watching Florian stream, like, because you clearly spent like an hour just trying to kill every robot in this room.
Yeah, well, I guess I did. That's probably the last time I'm trying to do that.
Like
it does seem like they slow down a slight bit, but I guess
they don't.
Not really.
They don't. I did the same thing.
I think this might actually be the run where maybe the next one is where I actually win.
Yeah.
Jesus, I hate those exploding ones in the dark. They're so bad.
I guess just so we don't feel like we totally Florian, was there any spot of this game that you enjoyed? Like, do you have like any good memory from this game?
Damn. Well, I guess it's only the one time where you find the picture and he talks to you about it. But then, like beforehand, like getting up to that windmill was already kind of cringe. I don't know. It's like I pressed the lever, but then it didn't let me in.
Yeah, you just have to press it 3 times. It's so dumb.
Yeah.
What? Is that really it?
Yeah.
Holy shit. How would you know that?
Exactly.
I thought it was like a timed thing. I didn't stick around to figure out if that was actually true, but yeah, that's what I assumed. I just hit it a bunch of times and ran.
It's literally just press it 3 times. And
did you look that up? Is that actually?
Yeah, I looked it up.
No
I'm like, I
way.
can't figure this out, and my only problem was that I'd only pulled it 2 times.
That's the worst fucking thing I've ever heard. That is so stupid. Why?
That's weird. Yeah.
I know. See, we tried to say something nice about it. Now we're like right back at it.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's no redeeming quality in this game. It's insane. Like the fact that they farted this out on the store, and they there are like 5 things that you could fix in like a week of work. Like make that lever a one-time press, easy fix.
Yeah, or
Like,
have the guy tell you how it works, or have like a sheet of
no,
paper or
totally.
anything,
Yeah,
Yeah.
one of those fabled notes could explain it, perhaps.
Yeah.
But it
Yeah,
doesn't. I
maybe.
checked my notes, it doesn't.
Yeah, I didn't check them, so I guess it wouldn't have mattered.
One
But
of the
yeah, I
things I
mean,
did. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
the other things I guess you should definitely fix should be that when you die, it should just fade to black, and you shouldn't see the robots like hitting the air still where you died, and like you fade to black, and then you wait a little bit, and then you show the logo. Don't just immediately show the logo while having a slightly red overlay and the enemy's still hitting you. That's like insane. Like that is the laziest way they could have possibly done it. That is the worst any game has ever handled death. It is
Well, in
blowing my
Half-Life 2,
mind.
when you die, the screen turns red, and you just sort of sit there on the ground. It also makes like a really loud, specific sound when you die too. Like the suit
Well, yeah,
starts beeping. So
I mean that's I mean I feel like it's better in every way.
yeah, I don't
Like
know.
like like it's a realistic death, but then in this one it's like, oh hey, you died in a video game. Here's the title of the video game.
Yeah.
Like
That's weird. Yeah, I don't know.
Say my
Again,
name.
I didn't die, so
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, lucky you. You didn't experience one of the crucial
Glad you
flaws
died.
Yeah,
in this game.
I'm just too good.
Am I actually gonna win this part? Is this still the run? No, I guess not. Right? I've
No, you
completely run
jumped
out
away
of
from the
everything.
lever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this whole area is like even darker on my version. I don't know. It's weird.
Well, I actually slightly turned up the brightness,
Mm.
but I guess that didn't really help.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is definitely why I die finally, right?
Because
Or
like
did I peak robots and there's no more robots after this? Could this be it?
one of the most basic things with the game, right, is you show the player where they're supposed to go, and there are
Yeah.
lights up there right next to there, and big green or big red X's and lights and everything for where the actual thing is, for where the levers are in that room.
Oh no!
But
See,
like,
this is the
there's no
this is
light
the one
on the
where I
friggin'
win.
staircase to get up there, so like you don't even
Yeah.
know that you're supposed to, like, how to get up there. Like it's
Yeah,
literally
that
like
is-
imperceptible and impossible to see it there.
Yeah, I
Look
sure
at
wish I
this,
had
this-
those lights.
This was the time I beat it. I just killed the robots for like 10 minutes, and then I was completely out of ammo.
Yeah, and you're still shooting them as you go up in the elevator, just out of some sense of vengeance, I guess.
Well, I
Yeah.
assumed they could still kill me, but
No.
it turns out that one just, like, the pathfinding just broke, and he didn't bother blowing up, you know?
One of the
my
things I
God.
take into account when I'm reviewing, and it's like about how hard I'm going to be on a game, is how much they charged me. So if this game costs what like I think it should cost, which is like $12, I would go like probably kind of easy on it. But I think I paid almost 30 for this, and I feel like that
Oh,
gives me
shit.
license. I feel like that gives me license to go hard on it.
Please go hard,
Yeah, it's $25.99. It's on sale right now
Yeah.
for $10, 60%
Yeah,
off.
26. Yeah,
but
I paid 26 for it like an asshole.
I might have. I don't remember if I did or not. I don't
No,
remember
you
when I
definitely
bought
did.
this.
You're really cheap. You wouldn't have bought this unless it was on a sale.
That's possible. That's probably true. Yeah.
My Patreon bought this game so that I could
Yeah.
make fun of it with you guys.
Wow.
Yeah.
You should make a big review and everything, you know?
I'm not going. No, fuck that.
Do it!
No, I won't.
Tragic.
I didn't record any of my footage. I'm not playing it again.
Oh, you gotta play it again.
No.
Oh.
No,
It's only 3 hours.
Come
It'll be
on.
the best review ever.
no, my time has value.
Oh. Are you sure?
This would be creating content. How is that not the best way to spend your time?
Well, it wasn't given to me by the RNG. I can't do it.
Wow,
That's
your
true.
hands are bound.
My hands are bound.
Damn. Tragic. Oh man. Yeah, I feel like this game is so bad that it deserves like many bad reviews in video form and in Steam reviews, but it has positive Steam reviews. It blows my mind.
Yeah, recent ones are
I read
mixed.
I read some of the comments too, and like I think people who are it feels like some level of Stockholm syndrome almost. Like people like who said nice things about it, like really wanted to feel like they didn't waste their time.
Yeah.
Hits me in the Half-Life spot in some moments. Nice to see Half-Life inspired game again. Bioshock 4 fan-made trailer, the game.
I mean, it blows my mind how easy this is to make. Like this game should not take long to make, and then it has moderate success, and people forgive its flaws. So like there should be more Half-Likes. It should be so simple. Half-Life is the most moddable game, isn't it? So you could just make a lot of mods and sell them. But no,
should we just like make our own director's cut of Industria?
Yeah. I have definitely played Half-Life mods that are better than this. So yeah.
Yep. For sure. I mean, like I guess that like anything will be better than this, but still.
Oh, and all the Half-Life games are on sale for like $1 each right now too. So.
Yeah, don't buy Industria. Well, I mean, we definitely had. Yeah, I love the bike. It's the one good thing is that they have bikes and not horrible cars everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there wasn't like a single car in or no, there are some.
No, there were cars earlier, but the tiny little cars when the cars still made sense, instead of becoming these huge death traps.
Yeah. The game does look way better on your stream too, by the way.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. I mean, I guess I have a pretty high-end PC now that it actually runs. Like, it used to overheat all the time, but now it's not doing that anymore. So
yeah.
Had it expensively fixed. The video card's still not the newest, but it works well enough.
What do you guys think about having the ADS in a Half-Life inspired game?
What does that mean?
Do the aim down sights thing.
Oh, I mean, I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah, I don't think it's too terrible, but it is a little odd.
Well, I kind of think that every game should have aim down sights.
Oh no.
I mean, yeah, for sure.
No.
Like, just deal with it. Half-Life has a dedicated zoom button, dude.
Yeah, but that's for looking at their set pieces. That's not for gameplay, because you can't shoot when you zoom. It doesn't let you.
Damn.
Yeah, you could in the beta. That's why the beta's better.
There you go.
Have we done a video on that?
No, someday I'm gonna have to do a big Half-Life 2 beta video. I don't think it's actually better because it's it's not a real game. It's just a mess.
Take though.
Yeah.
Guess the people talking.
That would be a good clickbait thing. The beta was better. Yeah.
I mean, I guess that is like the pinnacle of your channel would be making that video, so you definitely should.
Yeah, well, do it. Peak, man. Yeah. Peak.
I want to do because Half-Life 2 beta is so much to talk about. It's so vast, and like
perfect.
A lot of it is a pain because you have to go look in like old forums to find information and stuff.
What are you still doing here? You should be researching that right now.
Yeah, get to it. Get the views.
I gotta do my video on why Portal 2 is horrible first. Okay.
What?
How dare you? Well, I can't believe you're giving this a middling review and you shit on Portal 2.
I have way higher expectations for Valve than I do for Bleak Mill Games. Okay?
You betray the audience, okay? they're gonna think, oh, this game is halfway decent, and then nope, sure isn't. Oh, look at that! I pulled the lever, but the light doesn't change. Are you serious? And then you're like, okay, so it's definitely not time based. So you were definitely right about that. Wow.
That's weird.
Wow, this is so bad. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I ran around this area for like way too long.
Like, this is exactly where you have Valve, and then it's like, oh, here, we made this incredibly stupid decision to make the lever be pulled 3 times, and then they look at people playing the game, actual play testing, which supposedly this game did, but I don't buy it.
There were a lot of testers.
And then they would have decided, no, let's not go with the incredibly stupid decision that makes like 10% of all players rage quit at this point. No, let's make it so that the lever actually works when you pull it. Like, and then this game is just like, no.
I guess the important message for anyone who's watching this is don't play Industria, 1. And then just subscribe to all 3 of our YouTube channels instead, and then watch PurpleColonel just completely tear down Portal 2.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow. That is a good moral, yeah.
Yeah. I think just hit that subscribe button and don't play Industria is what we want you to walk away with here today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It sure hurts looking at this beautiful game and knowing that it's just such a piece of shit. Oh yeah, see, and then I
This-
walked down and explored the rest of the apartment because surely something didn't work here. And then also this stupid thing is an objective that should be optional, right? Because it's just like, oh, he said please do this thing, but you got way bigger fish to fry. But no, you gotta do it. You gotta
Gotta
go
do it.
back and do the thing that you gotta press that lever again, even though you already did.
Yeah.
And like what? I don't even understand how that could have possibly gotten in the game. Like, what are you supposed to think here? Like, I press the lever, then I come back. Oh, now it works. Now that I pressed it again, now it works. What?
It also is fairly absurd that the only way forward is through his apartment.
Yeah, I don't know
Well,
what's
I mean,
up with that.
the point is that she promised him she would take the picture,
Yeah.
so she's gonna do it. But still,
It doesn't feel like a detour at all, though, which is just odd.
Florian,
like-
did you put
yeah.
did you put the picture on the grave?
no, is that possible?
That's what you're
I
supposed to
think-
do, you piece of shit.
I suddenly got that. But why would his grave be next to the fucking final thing?
It is. You got to go put
Is
that
it?
picture on his wife's grave. That was the whole. You didn't even. You did nothing for Brent.
Is it near is it near like the house at the end or what?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Brent
That's
trusted you
hilarious.
guys to take the picture and put it
Well,
on his wife's
fuck
grave.
that! Like I was
Uh.
forced to do this, so I assumed that I would be forced to do the end
Did he-
as well.
did
And
he
I
tell you to
can't
do
believe
that to
just
put it on the
ends.
grave? When did he say
Yeah,
that?
he does. He tells you. Well, he in the
What?
part where you skipped, I guess.
Oh.
where-
Yeah.
I guess so.
Yeah.
In
Yeah,
the little
am I-
cutscene. Okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah. You
remember
put it
him
on. You
telling
put it
you.
on his wife's gravestone. That's what he wanted you to do. You promised him.
Well, don't worry,
Whatever.
he'll never find out. So.
I didn't
Yeah, that's
promise
true.
him. I skipped that part. I shut off his friggin' radio for a minute. Okay. That makes more sense because then that's why he's so shocked that you're back immediately after. You know?
Yeah,
Oh wow, you're back to the train.
Yeah.
it's the real kind of.
Yeah. Well, you're still
Yeah,
alive.
what
You're back at the
happened there?
train. Good job.
Probably got the picture. I'm just not going to think about it.
Yeah, I'm just not gonna mention it again. That is so weird. That feels like a story beat that they added very late. or
I know, and
something.
it's
I don't know.
totally just possible to miss it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it can't be. Well, I mean, the grave thing, but then the getting the picture has to be intentional because they made this
Yeah.
whole house here
Mhm.
specifically so you go up and do that. You know.
Yeah.
Interesting. So I guess that's better then. At least there's a thing I did wrong. So that's cool. Because well, what happens? Does she
There's-
talk? I mean, there's the radio. Doesn't
Nah,
work
you just do it.
Mm.
I think she says like a little line or something, and on the PlayStation it gives you a trophy.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm seeing on Steam there is an achievement for it too. So, and the
Wow.
achievement just says place Brent's photo on his wife's grave. Like it's
There you go.
it
Yeah,
spoils
it's
it
not,
in the
it's not
achievement,
subtle.
too.
Yeah,
spoilers even. Wow.
There's an achievement that's reviving the GDR, and I don't know what that means.
Wow.
Schublin
Goddamn robots.
Zeitmaschine. I guess so. But the description is in German, so I don't know what that means. So that's that could be something. Who knows?
I wonder if the GDR is just like.
I think it might be the German like defense regiment or whatever. You know,
Yeah,
I think it might be
that's not-
the East German.
That's not how their
thing.
language structure works.
Oh, well,
Also, they call
Whatever.
this a Deutsch.
German Democratic Republic. Okay, that's what it is.
Oh,
East Germany.
right.
Ah.
Yeah,
There you
I was
Yeah.
thinking it was that. Yeah, okay.
You should know. Yeah, you should know that.
No, it's out of my time. I don't remember. But yeah,
That's true.
well, I mean, like, I
Well, you,
guess
you have
maybe-
like history class about Germany. We don't.
Hey,
okay?
maybe I would have understood it in German. Okay, if you had said the letters in
That's-
German, I may have known. You know,
that's true.
GDR.
Well, we do have history
That's
class
not
about
right.
Germany, but it's not flattering.
Yeah, we cover
Yeah.
a very specific slice of German history. Yeah.
That's pretty good. You should cover that part of Japanese history too.
It's DDR in German. Okay.
Yeah, that's
Dance
it.
Dance
Probably
Revolution.
was something else.
Yeah, see, right? Deutsch.
Yeah, there you
Damn
go.
it. Yeah, I probably would have recognized that. Weird.
Yeah.
Well, I wonder how you revive them. Is there like a button to revive them?
Yeah, you have to pull a lever 4 times.
Oh, damn, if only I pulled it one more time.
Yeah, you would have revived the whole GDR had you done it one more time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that windmill was vital to the resistance.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's That's really weird because you're very firmly in the post-apocalypse in this game, so I just don't know what that means.
Well, maybe you just have to put a picture of Stalin back on the wall, and that's it.
We did it.
Yeah, that could be it. Oh, yeah, look at this emotional moment that actually got me. Hell yeah. Looking out at the tree, the only place that's a little peaceful in this town. Wow. I guess the picture's a bit too well lit, but otherwise it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Also, I'm going to Google how you unlock this achievement, because I don't get it.
Yeah, we must find out.
Oh, you have to find the hidden key, which is in the library on your second visit.
Boo.
And then, yeah, and after that, after you pick up the rifle, when you're on that street section where the robots all come down the hill, there is like a doorway that has a locked door inside it, and you go in the secret room with the secret key.
I think I saw that. You know,
and there's a radio in there. Okay.
That's so what weird. They should have done is that they should have made a rusty valve, and then you should have made a second vial of rust remover, and that's how they should have opened it.
There actually wasn't enough chemistry in this game, I think.
Yeah,
biggest.
I mean, it's the one thing you can do, so it would make sense that you would have kept the second one. But I actually didn't, so I guess it wouldn't have helped either.
Yeah, I was at the point where I was like looking actually like at the numbers and letter chemical component. Like, okay, how can I synthesize this acid, like rather than just walking into a different room?
Yeah.
It's like, wow, this game like wants you to remember chemistry class. That's pretty bold. But no.
Yeah. I was actually wondering for a minute. Yeah, like, oh, do you have to know this? Because I've seen some of these whack kind of smaller games. They kind of sometimes expect things of you that are very out of the ordinary.
My expectations weren't quite that low. I knew that the solution must be in the room with me, so at least I gave him credit for that. And the solution was not in the room with me. It was just combining random chemicals, so I guess I did give them too much credit. But
yeah,
my faith in them has decreased every minute of playing this, so we did it. We finally reached the consensus, I guess.
I guess let's bring it in for a landing then. We can't top that. Final verdicts, everybody.
We all agree.
Is this game lame? Is it game or lame?
I think it's pretty firmly lame.
Yeah, so lame.
Man, I think there's so much potential. No, there was so much potential, and I think these developers genuinely could make a great, amazing game.
I mean, they still could. Like, if they fix like 3 things and they add 1 level, then this game could be like a solid 6 out of 10. You know?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, they're working on a new one. They've clearly like moved on from this one, but yeah,
good.
I don't know. I think their next game could be very, very good. But
well, I sure hope so.
I mean, I really don't know how you can see that because there's like no gameplay here that works even on the slightest level.
Hey man, the guy who wrote one of the scary movies wrote the TV show Chernobyl. So like people, you know what? People can still turn around and do good work.
Yeah, James Gunn was working on friggin' Trauma movies before you made the only good Marvel movies. So the only good one's coming out now anyway.
Well, yeah, but like he just does he direct them? I mean, I don't know.
He directs Guardians, yeah.
I mean, directing it's probably not the same as like you're not going to expect someone who can't program to start programming, you know. Someone who's directed a bad movie might direct a good movie, but like
well, he's also writing them too, so you know.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, writing is also easier to learn because like everyone speaks the language all of the time, you know. So like programming is a very, very specific skill set that a lot of people just don't have. Okay, and whoever made this game definitely doesn't have that skill set.
Oh, well, the programming was. I didn't run into a lot of glitches or anything. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah. There was like a moment where the physics went weird, but that's every game, you know.
I mean, you're so lucky, I guess, because like my save file's literally corrupted. Like, how the
That's
fuck
true,
do you
yeah.
manage that? Like, there's nothing in these save files that should be corruptible. Like, you have like an inventory with like 10 different items and ammo for the guns. Like, how do you manage to corrupt that data? Like, how is that possible?
That's just how lame it is.
Like, do you save like each ragdoll and then they all? Maybe I killed so many ragdolls in that one time.
You shot too many robots. The save file couldn't handle it.
Yeah, I mean I'm pretty sure that's specifically why there isn't quick saving, because then you would run into that glitch more. So they specifically took out a feature because they knew that their programming couldn't handle it, and it just blows my mind. I guess the only way I could explain that is that they might have used some kind of asset that saves the game instead of like writing the very basic principles that go into like there's just chapters in this game. You just save what chapter you are and how much ammo and health you have. That's all you needed to save, and they fucked it up in a way where you can soft lock yourself out of the game. Like, that blows my mind so hard, you know.
Oh,
I think we have
I've
no
heard of
other
way
choice.
bigger games having that sort of issue though. Like I think half of the Fallout games do and stuff to this day. So
it's like you haven't listened to a word I said. Like like Fallout doesn't have chapters like that. Fallout has a million items. You can take an item to one place on the map, drop it there, and it'll save that. This
That's
game
true.
doesn't have that. This game is a linear game with chapters. You don't need to save what I did on the previous chapter because there's no way of going back. Like, the only way that this game has corruptible save files is if there is a fundamental misunderstanding of how saving works in games.
I guess so. Yeah.
I'm pretty
think
sure
we're
you
gonna
can't
have
do
to-
that in Half-Life, right?
I think we're just gonna have to come back and review their next game.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely.
So, just for keeping track for next time, it's Colonel versus Florian. Is redemption possible?
Yeah.
Is the question. Those are the stakes.
I think this is unfortunately lame as it is.
Hell yeah.
Even if I want to hold a hope and be nice in my heart.
Even if you're an apologist, it's still pretty.
I'm actually sure that the next game could potentially live up to your low bar of what a game should be, Colonel. So
I know making games is hard, okay, and having a game that's like playable from start to finish, even if it doesn't make any sense, is like a miracle. So
playing this game was hard.
Yeah,
a little bit.
Emotionally.
Yeah, it was very draining.
Next game is Half-Life 1-esque. Okay, that'd be cool.
Oh, okay. Well, that's definitely better because this. Wait, no, that's not better because they don't know how to do gameplay.
Well, no,
Fuck.
it's easier to do a game like Half-Life 1 than Half-Life 2, though.
Well, if you
Like
know how to do
100%.
gameplay, like if you don't know anything about gameplay, it might be easier to make Half-Life 2 because it just lives on set pieces and level design.
Yeah.
But in like Half-Life 1, you like it's all combat, right? Like, do you think this game would be better if it was more combat?
I don't know, really.
No, it would be worse. It would be so much worse. Like, the only good parts of this game is where you talk to the guy. Like, if they take that out, then they got nothing. Like, if Half-Life doesn't have any dialogue, right? The first one.
It has some, It probably has about as much as this does in total, but yeah.
But this is a 3-hour game.
Characters, though. Yeah.
We haven't interacted with the chat at any point because I guess this is a podcast, but someone just popped on to ask, can you throw chairs at people? And the answer is there's no people to throw chairs at.
Yeah. And it
also,
wouldn't do much. Like,
also you're a woman and you throw extremely weakly.
Okay, good night, everybody.
I mean, those are two facts that are true in this game. Okay,
all right, cut it. Cut the feed. Cut the feed. Good night. Thanks for joining, everybody. Good night.
It's Half-Life without the gravity gun. What is the Half-Like? Oh yeah, well, it's a game that's like Half-Like, but there's no such games, I guess, because this game isn't actually that much like it.
I can't think of a lot of ones that are like games that are attempting to be like Half-Life specifically. Like, like as
Yeah, I
close
mean,
to it as this does.
I mean, there's only Black Mesa, I guess. And then
Well, that's a
the mod
remake.
for
That doesn't count. But yeah,
Yeah, I guess you're right. I guess it is a remake, pretty much.
Phantom Fury which is not out yet. Yeah.
Yeah, see, I think I found this game specifically because I was looking for games that are like Half-Life,
Yeah.
and I just
We're gonna have
this
to
is the
wait
best
for
they got.
Phantom Fury, the Ion Fury. We should do Ion Fury. That's a good one. It's like it's in one of those retro. It's in the build engine, which was for Duke Nukem and stuff. And
Well,
it's a retro shooter.
I despise this game, but I could probably play it. But I'm afraid people won't watch it because
People would watch
didn't
that
watch
one.
the bolt gun one either, right?
Oh, I think
We
the
should
bolt gun one did pretty good. I don't know.
Oh, it did for you? Okay, well that's
Yeah.
good. Wait, no, I think I looked it up. I think it had very low amounts of views on your channel. Oh, I guess it I think it might have done fine on my channel. I'm not sure.
Ion Fury is like a bigger name as in retro style games and stuff. So I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, Boltgun was definitely retro, but I guess we just put the name on it and it wasn't that good. Maybe we should have just said, "This crazy retro game is here" or something.
Oh.
Man, Boltgun was like infinitely more playable than this game. Fuck. Like this game might have given me depression. It's so bad. Ugh.
Yeah. I don't know. I thought
deserves better.
Boltgun was very boring. I think I did enjoy this overall more than Boltgun, I've got to say.
What? Wow. That blows my
Slightly
mind.
more, It was fun.
Like Boltgun was a functional game on every level.
Well, yeah, so this functioned better for me than you, I guess, but yeah.
I mean, like,
Yeah, I mean, a person on life support functions.
yeah.
Yeah,
Time to
like
pull
at the
this
end of the
plug.
game.
Yeah. Yeah. Imagine if
Yeah.
it could pull the plug at the end.
That'd be so.
Yeah, if it gave you a choice or something to merge with the AI or pull the plug on them and get rid. Yeah, and you kill. Yeah, the choice to kill your husband or doom the world. What the hell? That would have been good. That's like literally how The Last of Us ends. Okay, that's actually that's like a real story decision.
Well, I don't think you have a
about
choice in half of Last of Us, right?
Well, yeah, but
Well, there's I don't know. There's if they tried to tell a story, the story could have been better. There's a lot of different directions they could have taken it that made it.
Well, they definitely tried.
Yeah.
Wow, this is really like Half-Life, a really long, unskippable ride. Yeah, it has the worst parts of Half-Life. That's exactly what I hate about this game. And then the unskippable ride is broken up with the artsy-fartsy bullshit for the 5th time. Hell yeah.
Yeah, there is a stretch where you're on a train, and then there's a load screen, and you go into one of these walking bits, and then there's like another train cutscene, and yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, you're back on the train. You're just tripping balls in this black and white world in the meantime.
I wasn't bothered by the train, okay, because I've sat through worse. It's no worse than playing Portal 2, okay?
You can't even see forwards, man. Like
when I was on the train, I was like, at least I'm not fighting robots anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Like if this game just had combat and nothing else, it'd probably be even worse. But
imagine if the game was all on the train and there was someone saying really bad jokes at you the whole time. And that would be worse. That's about how I view Portal 2 these days, at least. I don't know.
How dare you? That Portal 2, wow. I'm gonna have to debunk your video if this is what you do.
To cover it on anti-reviews or something.
Maybe you should put me in and I'll defend it,
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
There are other people I know who would, if I were to have like a voice of Portal in Portal's defense, who I would choose, who are like big.
No, everyone else would be too nice
Portal
to you.
Fans.
You need someone who's really gonna give it to you,
Yeah, Florian doesn't care who he offends.
No.
Women, gaming
Japanese
at large, the Japanese.
We've learned from the Godzilla podcast.
Got some bones to pick.
What kind of hallways are these? Well, I guess there are DDR hallways where it's just infinite bureaucracy, which I don't even know makes sense because the woman didn't work for the Stasi. The woman worked for like science, and we saw her workplace, and it didn't look anything like that. So why is she in this infinite hallway
She's
with
in
a horrible play being
it's
put
the
on?
library. You know what's really interesting is there's the game that Valve was working on at the same time as Half-Life, which got like completely canceled in like 1997 or something. But it was like going to be this massive MMO thing, and the like world, the universe that you were within was called the library, and it was like going to be a whole
Oh,
thing.
God.
So I don't know if that's an intentional like reference to friggin' Prospero of all things in the game or what, but it kind of feels like it might be. It's also like a lot like Control too, so I don't know.
Oh my God! Well, I guess
Control's
maybe
a
we should
good
play
game.
Control.
Yeah, we should do Control.
I
love
have
Control.
that game, and I need to play it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's
in my
I
back.
could,
It's
I
in my
could play it
backlog.
again. Yeah, it's
Oh,
definitely
wow.
going to be
Are
on.
you, are you gonna
on there.
join us? Are you gonna be the permanent third member of Game or Lame?
Yeah.
Depends when you do it.
Yeah.
I mean, whenever.
Control's fun.
Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to giving it a go.
Yeah.
Well, when do you have time?
Like March.
God damn it!
That would be faster than our usual Gamer Lame output.
Yeah.
Actually, we might not be able to hit that.
Yeah.
No,
My-
come on.
my-
Let's do it in. Let's do
Brother,
it in January.
my free time is at a premium.
Yeah.
Why don't you just review it on your? Fuck.
Because I
You
didn't
got
get
it.
from
Yeah, once if he rolls it next time, maybe.
Yeah, you can request it if you subscribe to my Patreon.
You fucker. Why do you only make one type of content? Damn.
Who, me? Because that's
Yeah.
because it's fun. Because it's fun. As I'm
Is
having
it
fun.
Is it fun not to be able to review games that you want to review?
It is infinitely more fun to me to have absolutely no control over what I get to do, and just each episode is the challenge, and like, how can I make a video that's enjoyable out of whatever I get? It is absolutely fun.
That does seem like a lot of fun.
It's a blast. I
I
love
wish
it.
I came up with that
I mean,
sort of
that's
idea.
yeah. I mean, that's like the main reason why I talked to you, because that's such a cool concept. But that doesn't mean you can't have any other content on your channel.
I just don't. Here, I got a full-time job editing. I got 2 kids. Like, I barely have time for that YouTube channel.
Yeah, and then we make you play games that aren't fun. Hell yeah.
Yeah. I like fully. I have like I'm a week behind on making a video for this Industria shit.
So what's the? Well, maybe we should just review games that you review.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to get sucked into my bullshit, I'm for it.
I mean, I like playing random games. Well, maybe I don't know if it'll do well with the audience. I guess we'll have to see.
Hey, that I have not been able to make any decisions based on what's going to do well by the audience.
Yeah, great job.
Yeah.
Just handicapping yourself for no reason.
It is the least algorithm friendly idea a person could have.
That it does seem to be.
I mean, I think it's good because it's like fresh game reviews that are just consistent, and it's not like, oh yeah, he's doing his passion project about this shit we don't care about. Okay, that's nice, I guess, but like, I don't know. I think he like, you already played this game. Like, it'd be easy for you to make a review of it, and it would get views.
Yep, but I got a strict set of rules, and I stick to them.
Damn! If only you had a second channel or something.
Yeah, I don't have. If like literally, like, if my YouTube channel made enough money that I could just do this bullshit, I'd do all kinds of different things.
Wow.
That is neat that you get like actual like most of your videos are about random things no one's ever heard of, but there is like, you did a Hellblade Senua's.
Yeah,
and like I am
lucky.
Red and some of these
Oh,
things.
I guess we could do that one. That one's artsy fartsy. You probably like it, right?
That game's so
I gotta
good.
be honest. I don't know if I wanna commit to one of those ones.
That
know.
game's like
What's
super
happening?
friggin' stressful to play.
Oh,
But yeah, I got Trackmania and I got like 22,000 views just because there's so
it's
many
80%
Trackmania players.
off right now. Huh.
you see, I actually play like a lot of small games, so I actually know like tons of these games, and it's like really disappointing when there's a game that's just so incredibly awful, like Industria, and it's like next to all these other cool games on Steam, I guess.
Watch my review if you have time for this game called Hindsight 2020. That one kind of like that's how I felt playing this game.
Wow. I guess that's how we get your review of it.
Yeah.
Does this game have voice acting? Yes. You talk to this guy on the walkie-talkie, and then in the end you talk to your long lost husband, and he is like got the worst voice ever, and it really sucks. And
I don't even know what she saw in him. He did not seem like a very caring husband.
It's got 3 voice actors, which I think is actually the same number of people as Half-Life 1. So,
oh my god,
they're very faithful to the influence.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they just brought the Walter voice actor in at the last moment, and they did not have like any way to make sure he was halfway decent at his job. Sadly, tragic.
Yeah. I don't know.
Oh man,
I'd really like to make a Half-Life like game. I think that would be fun to do.
Yeah. Maybe I should. Maybe there's a way we can make one day. You know.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll just hire a bunch of programmers and shit and make it without putting any effort in myself.
I'll do the writing, and I'll learn to draw so I can do the character designs.
Beautiful.
Wow. Wow, you're gonna learn to draw?
Yeah. Gloveman in my YouTube chat is working on one, so that'll be interesting to see when that comes out. Yeah.
So what's it about?
I don't know because he's telling. Yeah.
It's a secret.
Maybe we should wait. This thing where you play Spyro in Half-Life. How playable is that?
There's a demo that is released for that, but Magic's taken a break from that. He's not. He's working on another thing. The demo for it.
Game or lame the demo, yeah.
Maybe that'd be a very, very short episode.
Fine.
Yeah,
I mean, this was. True. I feel like this was
just
really
do a bunch of Half-Life mods. That'd be neat. That'd be really good actually if we did like 3 or 4 or 5 Half-Life mods or something.
I mean, I think my audience probably doesn't care what we review, but yours cares.
Yeah.
So it would be perfect.
My audience is used to not being able to predict what's going to happen next.
Yeah.
That's what they're there for.
I wonder if they'll watch this podcast in the future.
I don't know. Is anyone from my Discord here?
They're probably already annoyed that we ignored them so long.
Oh, they're all asleep.
Oh, okay. Damn.
Gloveman's game is Half-Life 1 inspired game set in the Arctic.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that could be really easy to do, if it's like just making Arctic. You could probably just buy like an asset that does Arctic, and then the rest of it would be pretty simple. Oh my god, this is the first time I fight one of those shooting robots. Oh my god, it's so terrible. He took most of my health. Oh, Jesus. And I had to live with that because there's no quick saving and quick loading.
Yeah. You go into the menu and there is like literally an empty space between like resume and load game, and it's like where the save game clearly should be. I don't know what happened there.
Erased it without moving the other options closer together. I love it.
Yeah, they were just so incompetent. They not only could they not find a way to make saving work or balance the game around the game not having saving, but they also couldn't figure out how to move the menu. It's so good.
If you're a person who actually sat down and watched all 2 hours of us talking about Industria, make sure you message Florian for a discount code for Bullfrog.
Yeah.
Isn't it like
5% off?
It's $2 right now, isn't it? Bullfrog.
Yeah, go buy Bullfrog
now, everyone.
Yeah, what do you guys go buy? Just subscribe to our YouTube. Go buy Bullfrog. It's better than this game.
Bullfrog is 100% worth $2.
We should say it's worth the full
price on it straight up.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I made it possibly too cheap.
Yeah.
Tragic.
It is very short. But yeah.
Well, I mean, it's as long as this game, but Bullfrog also has multiplayer, so you could actually play it for longer if you have friends.
Don't worry, I'll plug Bullfrog in my Isaac at the end of my Isaac video.
Hell yeah!
One of my Steam friends wants Bullfrog. I think I'm gonna buy this for my friend I don't even know who this guy is, but it's some random friend on Steam who wants it.
He deserves Ball Frog.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
This holiday season, give the gift of ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, this game has balls, which I like. Maybe the balls are the best part of the game, these robot balls.
Yeah.
Man, we are running out of footage. I'm seeing this footage where I have to stack the boxes twice now. That's cool.
Maybe we just maybe we just leave the public wanting more. We just we finally say goodbye to Industria.
What was that movie we wanted to talk about? Purple?
Oh yeah, the Wonka movie.
I'm out of here. We're still talking about Wonka. I'm gone. I don't got another hour in me.
Go watch random. I almost said retro game review. Random game reviews on YouTube.
Well, I think our Wonka review should be really short because I already wrote a letterbox review, so I think I probably know what to say. So you should like, this is prime content. You're missing out, but see you, I guess.
Yeah, see ya.
All right, so I love the concept of the Wonka movie. Like, having a backstory to this quirky character could have been really good,
Mm-hmm.
And I think some of the execution is really good too. But like, just the subject didn't work for me because the subject is just what?
Geez, what about the subject? I don't know.
Well, the subject is the subject. Well, it might be the wrong word. Either way, the story of this movie is the issue, because the story of the movie is that Willy Wonka has gone and he's learned how to make chocolate and he's the best at it, and he's moved to this town and he has to fight the chocolate cartel in order to get his chocolate shop off the floor. And I think that's the worst story they could have told, because we miss out on all the great parts of the story where he explores these crazy worlds and he learns how to make this crazy chocolate and he tastes all these delightful tastes for the first time. We don't get any of that. Instead, we get him like being destroyed by this city like immediately, which I think could have worked as a second movie if this was like a trilogy. But the fact that they picked this as the definitive Wonka backstory doesn't make sense. Like, Wonka, you think, who is Willy Wonka? He's a guy who was sold into slavery, but then he charmed them by magically having the ability to make the best chocolate ever, and he got lucky in many ways, and he was singing musicals all the time.
Well, he sings all the time in the other one.
Yeah, no, like it just doesn't make sense to me that the story that you tell with a musical is the one where he fights against the chocolate cartel, instead of the wonder that we would have experienced if Willy Wonka had explored these crazy worlds where he learned how to make chocolate in the first movie. That if that first movie existed, then I would be on board with the Wonka movie. But sadly, this is probably all we're gonna get of Wonka, and it's a missed opportunity because it doesn't seem like this is what made the character who he is. This is just like how he made the chocolate shop, but that's it.
I don't know.
You don't learn why he hates children and how he enslaved the Oompa Loompas.
Yeah, I mean
that would pro children in the movie, actually.
Yeah,
we do learn about the Oompa Loompas too a little bit. There's
well, there's hardly any Oompa Loompas in it. There's just one, and we're missing the third movie where he becomes a full-on villain who hates children. So that's too bad.
That's true. Yeah.
So we're missing the two best parts of this trilogy, and that's what bothers me. Oh, come on!
I think they wanted to tell the story about him where he's still magical and cool at the start of the movie. That's fine. They give you flashbacks to before he was. I mean, he's that at the start of
the movie, and he's that at the end of the movie. So there's not even like an arc, right?
Well, no, the arc is he learns to not be so trusting and become and like
just more revisionist history that props up problematic white man guys.
Wow, someone's going to be popular in college.
Listen, he's a rich industrialist, and now it's like basically the Elon Musk of chocolate world. Let's move on, guys.
Oh, you done talking about it?
We need better heroes.
Yeah, you needed to be gay at least.
I'd say actually
Yeah, he
this is
might be
Willy
gay,
Wonka
yeah.
gone woke. You see, because they added a black woman as one of the main characters.
How dare they?
Oh, that is
Yeah.
true. I forgot about that.
What? That's the.
Hey, it's
Forget
been a
about that.
while, okay?
Okay. That's
I've
like the
seen
whole story.
I've
Her story is like the main story of the movie
I've seen
to a degree.
I've
I
seen
don't
like
know.
10 movies since. Okay, I'm
And
not a guy
it's
who
done really
watches one
good.
movie a year like you.
That's true. I have only seen like Godzilla twice and then this really this whole year. But yeah, I did see Mario at the start of the year. But yeah, that I don't know.
Wow,
And like I think really
that's
a lot of the
pretty
movie is
sad.
about
That's only 3 movies a year. Damn.
yeah. A lot of the Wonka is about her and her story is actually like I think really good and really well told the whole way through.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
like
it would have.
she has more of a beginning, middle, end kind of thing that you would want, like that you are wanting, I guess.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
he's still like the main guy, I guess. But it's
like I said, this movie would have been perfect for the second part of a trilogy. Like this
you
is
might be
not
right about that, yeah. But they could
this is not Wonka the
probably
movie. This is the movie where Wonka does some things, and it's not integral to his character at all.
he takes
So
down Slugworth, which is that's weird because Slugworth is like the weird bad guy who's hiding around in the background of the first movie and like
oh, he
whispering in the
is.
kids'
Wow,
ears and stuff. Yeah, but he has like no relation to the Slugworth company, and I don't know what it means. So he's
that's
like just a guy
amazing.
whose name is that, and it's yeah. I think anyway. I haven't seen that original in a while, but yeah,
Wow. Okay, I didn't even know that, but still, it's like this tells us nothing about the character Wonka. You know.
it does.
I wonder if like
It tells
anyone
us
who
about his
just
backstory with his mom and
do you
stuff.
think
Oh.
anyone who like is just arriving to the stream is really confused right now?
Probably,
Just
yeah.
watching Industria while talking about
Yeah.
Wonka.
Yeah, they read the title wrong. They thought it said Half-Life. Like, why is it like why is there gameplay footage from some completely unrelated thing? Oh, there's
No,
not.
this
It's
this
not playing.
definitely looks like Half-Life. This is City 17. What are you talking
I
about?
guess I don't know. But yeah,
It's the German version of I guess it's City 16 then.
yeah.
You know.
I don't
All
know.
right, well let's end this stream so I can go to bed.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I want to hear some more about why Purple likes it
Mhm.
so much.
I
No,
thought it
let
was
me die.
I thought it was charming. I thought it was heartwarming. I thought it was well written, and all the characters were good. It felt like it felt really close to that original movie with the nice cartoon kind of reality where it's like a Dickens kind of world, you know, or something. And it's and it, you know it made me tear up at the end. And also they integrated
What?
all the references to the old stuff really good because
Oh,
there
come
was
on.
there was the bit where he opened his mom's chocolate bar and there was a message to him written on little gold paper, and that's how he got the idea to do the golden tickets. It's because his mom gave him a golden ticket, okay? And that's beautiful. And that made me cry in the theater.
That's crazy, man. If you had watched this scene where the guy picks out the photo of the old man, you would have
Yeah, you would have
pissed
felt
your
something.
pants
You
and
would have felt
come
something,
a little
man.
bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
I
like
can't believe how many times I've watched you die. And no offense, Flo.
Oh my god.
It's a lot.
hey, it's perfect. Okay, it highlights the worst gameplay mechanic. I don't know why I'm so bad at this. I don't know, but I mean, I enjoy being bad at games, but this game is not enjoyable to be bad at. So, like, because
Yeah.
it doesn't have quick saving. Maybe I rely on quick saving too much, and this is why this
Yeah.
game has highlighted my inaptness at games. Okay.
You should do the
For
Half-Life permadeath challenge with me whenever I decide to do that again.
No, he's not gonna make it.
Yeah, I'll just be in the first
Well,
room
yeah.
forever.
Well, you gotta keep going. You gotta keep retrying when you die. You know, I got up to like 15 tries the last time I did it over like 3 streams. So
Wow.
I don't know.
For anyone who's just tuning in, we declared this game lame about 30 minutes ago, and now we're just like rolling
Yeah.
around in it.
I mean, you could just watch the starters stream and you'll have all the good info about this. But yeah, I mean, I agree about your assessment of Wonka, except for the fact that I expected more of it. And I think that you actually have really low standards and you would like a lot
No.
more movies if you watched them. Oh, yes, you do.
Maybe.
You watch almost no movies.
That's maybe. I don't know. I like
I think-
Spider-Verse a lot too. That was one I saw this year.
Yeah, that one's definitely mediocre, so that checks out.
I saw that Ninja Turtles one. That one was not great. I didn't like that one.
I haven't
much.
seen
That's
that.
the one like everyone I know loved.
I know. I always have opinions no one agrees with. But
This
yeah.
is why people watch Izakino, is for Florian's insane movie opinions. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't understand the hype in fucking Spider-Verse. It's just like it wastes so much time and then it ends on a to be continued. Okay, I don't dig it. But maybe with the final one it'll be good. Who knows?
It worked for Industria.
Yeah, clearly.
Wonka isn't a pro-billionaire movie, Chad, okay? It's not a propaganda piece for Elon Musk, I promise you.
Well, he's
He's not
it
a
is.
very
Everything's
good guy who
Isn't-
reaches
isn't
his
Wonka
status by
specifically-
taking down the other billionaires, okay?
Isn't Wonka specifically a billionaire?
Yeah, he becomes everything he hated.
He does become a
He's got-
miserable, child-hating billionaire
He's-
living in his ivory tower away
He's
from
got
everyone.
Citizen Kane, man.
Where is this origin story? I want
Yeah,
this origin
this is
story.
what we need. Is the Wonka, the midquel now, I guess.
Yeah,
between the two.
I want to
Yeah.
watch the disillusionment of Wonka.
Yeah. That would actually be really good.
Imagine it's just a musical and he's just really sad all the time, you know.
Yeah.
Sings villain song after villain song.
Mhm.
Oh man, that'd be great.
It's just a
how-
miserable movie.
Loompa dumpity dread. I can't get myself out of bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Oompa Loompas, like, at least the one Oompa Loompa in the movie chooses to work for him at the end, but that doesn't explain why all the other ones are there. So he could have very well enslaved them all.
Yeah, that's absolutely what happened. Let's not beat around the bush here.
Well, no,
The Oompa
like,
Loompas also like
obviously-
1 foot in the movie instead of like 3 feet or 4 feet tall like they're in the original. So I don't know what happened there either. If
He's
mean,
breeding them, man. This is
They
darker.
were
Sorry.
supposed to be small, but they just didn't have people small enough. Okay.
start feeding them growth hormones and stuff like a factory farm.
Yeah, they're just only
But-
eating chocolate. It's magic chocolate.
Yeah.
I believe that he would have gotten an agreement with the Oompa Loompas and they were happy about it, but then he just got
yeah.
worse and worse over time, so he didn't enslave them until later on, I guess.
Yeah. In the
Or
Johnny
they're just
Depp one,
holding-
they show his agreement with the Oompa Loompas where he goes to their leader and stuff. And he's like, you can have all the chocolate you want if you make it for me forever.
Oh my god.
factory."
I mean, that is pretty bad from a human rights perspective.
You work in my factory and you can have all the screws you want.
Yeah.
You could get everything at the company store, yep.
Yeah.
No outside currency allowed, though.
See,
I don't
you're
see
an
sunlight.
Colonel, you're an apologist for monsters.
Yeah. Thank
Well,
you,
to
Vinny,
be
for
honest,
the $10 donation.
I-
Thank you very much.
Actually, like if we're thinking about it, having access to unlimited Wonka chocolate is actually really valuable. It's just like when Ford gave his employees cars, you know, like that's actually a really good deal for them. Come to think of it, because that's the best chocolate in the world, and it sells really well.
Mhm.
So it could work out for them, I guess.
Yeah. One thing with the movie, though, they only had 2 magical chocolates, only 2 different kinds, and one of them just made you like have an idea, and the other one made you float. And that was a little disappointing that they didn't have more crazy chocolates and stuff. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they just had good tasting chocolate, but non-magical ones. Yeah.
Yeah, most of the chocolate was just good stuff. But I guess that's true in the movie too. So it's just good bars.
I mean, he
Laser-
already
wacky
had
stuff
more than
Laserhead
we
came in
saw.
here and said, "I liked Industria for what it was," but we're talking about Wonka.
I
Yeah.
can't
Okay.
believe that you
Mhm.
liked Industrial. Laserhead is so critical of so many things that you like this piece of shit. Wow.
You like? Well,
Well-
he liked it for what it was, a piece of shit.
Oh.
I don't think that's what he meant.
All right, gang, I have to stop. I gotta go to bed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
we're
should probably
almost
end. We should
done.
end it off here.
Are we ending it? All right.
I think
well,
so. Wonka
I
is
just
game.
wish- I just wish there was more Wonka. Okay. Like
Yeah, this game didn't have enough Wonka.
Yeah.
Not enough
I-
chocolate.
I'm happy with what Wonka was,
like in a
but,
chocolate factory, and you just.
but it's the end of Wonka, so it, Oh my god, a half
Sit down.
half like where you're in the chocolate factory would be amazing, and you have to
Oh my
use candies
God.
to get superpowers. Fuck
That would
yeah.
I think you just came up with the idea for your next game.
Hell yeah. We
Yeah.
gotta do it now. We gotta.
Let's
Yep.
let's give our version of Wonka, and all the mechanics are chocolate based.
Yeah. Do you even have guns, or do you just? What do you do?
We'll
You
figure
got,
that
like,
out on the
chocolate
next.
weapons, you know.
We'll talk about this off stream.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna get into harsh negotiations.
Yeah. Thank
Yeah,
you
we gotta-
guys
we gotta-
so
we gotta
much
get
for
our contracts.
watching. And
Yep.
this I'm gonna end the stream here. Thank you guys, and
Good
goodbye.
night, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks for hanging out.
Bye, everyone. See you.